Distance Nerding.
I'm 10 minutes and an hour late. What's up, everybody?
Was that English?
No.
It was not. Absolutely was not English. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Taco Friday. You know what that means. You are now experiencing both the late version of Distance Nerding.
Part of the Geek Freaks Network family.
Oh, that's right. She's casting and corralling all of the news. It's Jen from Frey Comics.
He's our geek and might be a little freaky. It's Frank from Geek Freaks.
And he's one lightsaber shy of a duel. It's young Phil.
Absolutely am. And we're
here
to nerd
together.
Yeah.
It's okay. No, we never do it together. It works. It's fine. We're here talking about anything pop culture, news, movies, music, food, wrestling, comics, whatever you're nerding out on. We want to talk about it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are sitting here and you're watching us live on the YouTubes, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out. Listen on your favorite podcast app or leave us a review. And remember, 5 stars helps us a lot. Or you can review the episode on Spotify because that's the fun way to do it, isn't it? Of course.
Yes.
That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, you can follow us on all the social media places, but of course on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, never calling it X, Twitter, Threads, Blue Sky, and Discord, all at Distance Nerding. Of course, you can email us at your place of choice, if that place of choice is distincnerding@aol.com.
Doesn't work so well when they can see all of us. And
I know. No, it's funny. I keep forgetting to put the video up.
Yeah, it's okay. We'll forgive you this time.
Yeah, because there's it's not that I have to put the video in the block and I keep forgetting to put it in the block. So it's like, okay, well, that's just not going to work.
Hey, so what do we got on deck?
Well, let's pull the screen up because, ladies and gentlemen, this show that you are watching right now, you are now watching the worst kept secret on all of the internet. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now watching the download. Oop, wrong one. Also the wrong one. It's okay. One of these days, I will learn to be good at my job.
Can't show up on time. Can't press the right buttons.
Not at all. Also, because the screen itself only has a picture and not like what is actually going on. So I'm like, okay. I don't
was just going to say, you must work for the Empire.
Absolutely work for the Empire. Just not good at anything. I'm definitely a shooter for the Empire.
There you go.
There we go. Can't even hit a barn.
Never at all. Ladies and gentlemen, this week on deck, we've got a Geekend update.
We're getting geeky and we're getting freaky.
Oh, yeah. And of course, jumping right in from there, we got some starting rumors, I guess.
No rumors, only justice.
Right. That's why it's not on the screen. Of course, we're ending the show with the download.
It's celebration in Japan. And we're here to talk about it.
Exactly. But before we jump into all of that, of course, ladies and gentlemen, but first, let me get a shout out. Ladies and gentlemen, this show is brought to you by the good folks over at Dubby. That's right. Dubby is a brand of energy drinks created to help focus, concentration, reaction time with no jitters or crash. Dubby contains no maltodextrin, no sugars, no fillers, no artificial colors or dyes. Frank, you got a chance to taste Dubby. What do you think?
It's the good shit. Makes you feel good. And when you're at those conventions and you need that fuel, this is the stuff.
Exactly. It's the stuff. It's the best way to put it.
Is that what you're on at Gem State?
All the time. All the time.
Okay, that explains a lot. Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Ladies and gentlemen, find out more about Dubby at www.dubby.gg. Use the code NERDING10. Get 10% off your order. Now, we are on a new section here, ladies and gentlemen. We are now a part of the Geek Freaks Network.
Is it official? It's official, right?
It's official.
It is official, yeah.
It is official.
Yay.
And ladies and gentlemen, not just co-hosting with us today, but here to talk about Geek Freaks is the proprietor of the Geek Freaks Network. Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking with the man himself. It's our man, Frank.
God, the anxiety as you're like trying to hype me up is sickening. I'm the over caffeinated intern of Geek Freaks, guys.
The over-caffeinated intern.
Yeah, seriously.
Wow.
What's funny, that's also what James is, our intern, so that's how it works.
There we go. Yeah, it's official. You guys are part of the network. You guys can go to that website or just gfpods.com or a lot of other versions of that and check out. We have a Disasserting page, and we have articles coming out for different Disasserting stuff coming up. And yeah, it's going to be a blast. And you guys are going to be able to hear from more people across the network. We have 10 shows that are active right now and like another 6, I think, that are in the archive. So if you guys want to dig into that archive, you're welcome to it. And one of our shows is coming back on Mother's Day. It's Disney Mom's Gone Wrong, which covers every Disney movie through a mom's perspective. And it's like 10% Disney movie and like 90% mom life. So if you're into that, it's for you. But yeah, it's a lot of good stuff.
Well, yeah.
James.
No, yeah, James is right. We are
Hey,
going
James.
to stronger talents.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, sorry, James.
We traded in the Filipino for the Portuguese guy.
Wow.
Oh, man.
But yeah, it's great to have this is nerding. Nothing's going to change for you guys. Obviously, you guys watching at home, and I mean this is going to stay exactly as it is. The idea is just to make sure that it's easier to find This is Nerding everywhere you can. The clips you guys see coming out and stuff like that right now, and all the hot takes that are Phil commenting on right now.
My God,
coming from me. Today's been a busy day for you, my friend.
My God. Okay. The internet fucking exploded today, dude. Like
Oh yeah.
we put that video
was
up.
Crazy.
We put the video up, and it's like, oh, we offended the internet. Okay.
Engagement.
I'm okay with offending the internet because, oh my God, the amount of comments that the hate comments that I'm getting where people are just upset that I said, hey, it's probably a good idea not to make Aquaman a white guy, and all the white guys that are pissed off about that. It's amazing.
All the Spider-Man mains from Marvel Rivals stopped playing for a second to go bitch under your under your comment section, which gave us healers a second of the relief, so we were happy with it.
Yeah. And for those of you guys that are hate watching the show right now, please, it feeds me.
There you go.
Tell your friends to hate watch.
Tell your friends to hate watch me. I feed off of it. It gives me power.
Oh yeah, and even more that really pisses off young Phil is that when you go and get yourself some dubs and use that affiliation code, oh, he hates it so much.
Absolutely, it pisses me off so much when you use that code.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Actually, one of the guys that I thought was upset on YouTube ended up coming back with a comment after my comment. And agreeing with me. He was like, no, I'm actually saying that it's a good thing that he's not a white guy. I'm like, oh, on my side. Let's go.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah. So watch the show.
Right. There was one guy that was like, there were a lot of other seafaring people that were white, right? Europeans were seafaring. I'm like, yeah, but they're not as interesting as a Polynesian.
Well, and also like
You can make him a Viking. That's fine.
I feel like it Aquaman could be any race, really. Honestly,
he's half human. He doesn't have to be white. He can be half Greek. I get that because Atlanteans are Greek, right? I mean, at least historically in the legends, they're Greek, right? They were Greeks. So he can be half Greek.
They weren't Greeks. They were Atlanteans. They
But
were
I mean,
separate.
They're region. They're Mediterranean.
They were supposed to be Mediterranean, right?
Yeah.
In that time, in the way that they did their lore, like all people were Mediterranean. So it's just kind of like, which I mean, if you really want to get into it, they're not really white either. But I mean, let's not jump into all that either.
Hey, don't make me nick another clip out of this. All right,
you're gonna make a clip and piss off more white people. It's gonna be great.
In the end, it's all pretend people, and if other people feel like if we could like let other people have somebody to look up to, what's it matter?
Right.
Who gives a shit? Just
right.
This is something that we talk about often on our show. Is the thing that everybody gets pissed off at people who are different than them, and it's like the reason you like X-Men is because they're different than you.
Right.
It's because Wolverine has a healing factor, not because he's a guy you know at work.
Right.
So stop being mad about shit and just.
And if you know
enjoy.
a guy like that at work,
Then we got other
lucky
questions.
you.
Yeah.
No, I 100% agree. You know, and the thing is like there are some people who are getting angry and whatnot, but it's at the same time, it's fun for me because I like pissing people off, but at the same time, it's a fictional character. You're getting upset about a fictional character. You know, their background doesn't matter. Right. Like, and that's the thing is like there are I was telling and I was having mostly civil conversations with a lot of these people that started off angry. But I came off with more of it doesn't matter. He's a fictional character. Right. There's only characters. I mean, I don't advocate for every character to race swap. Right. And it's like 90% of these characters are still going to be white. So it's like calm down if we're making like a few of them, you know, we're race bending them. Some characters make sense. Like it makes sense for Aquaman to be a Polynesian character. It makes sense to make Dick Grayson Chinese, right? You can make him half Chinese. You can make his dad white. You can make his mom Chinese. They're acrobats. The story doesn't change at all.
Not at all.
Yeah.
And I just love how there's suddenly a bunch of Aquaman fans. Like, where the hell are you guys the rest of comic book history?
Right.
Aquaman has always been the joke of the Justice League. You know, it's like, oh, yeah, seaman, you know, that whole joke. Yeah. And now all of a sudden it's like, oh, excuse me, guys, my Aquaman tattoo's offended. Like, calm down. Oh my god.
Right, but we'll go off on this all day. Let's we'll continue moving on.
I like that. Good comment.
Yeah. Can you imagine the backlash Wolverine would get if Americans found out he's Canadian? Same thing with Deadpool. I mean, like Deadpool's more open about his Canadianness, right?
Yeah.
But Wolverine, he's like a closet Canadian. So I mean, like, you know, just
honestly, I think Wolverine's like, I've been alive so long that I don't even like.
Yeah.
Any country could claim me basically because he's just like, I've been around so long. Look, I went to Japan for a while. I went to and who hasn't, right? What?
Yeah, you've been around that long. Sure.
Very normal thing, right? Just
so he's just like, if anything, I'm Wolverine.
If anything, Logan is a fucking weeb.
Yeah. Now I'm thinking like Apocalypse, the first mutant. I mean, I wonder what nationality he claims because I mean he's been around before nations.
Right.
Like he's
technically he's Egyptian.
Egyptian, yes, but I'm just saying like, yeah, and also like every nation in Africa outside of Egypt has changed over the years.
Yeah.
So really he can kind of just do whatever he wants. Yeah. We're getting into some deep conversations. I don't know if it's very smart for us.
We are.
Immortality is a blessing and a curse, y'all.
Yeah. No, you're right. We are getting into some deep conversations that probably could get the entire show canceled, which I mean, we probably much we pretty much do this on
that would be the fastest show to join the Geek Freaks Network to leave.
But it wouldn't be voluntary though. Like because we got kicked off the internet. All right. Let's continue on, ladies and gentlemen. It is now time to jump into the Geek End update. So let's have some fun with that. It's time for the Geek End update.
Frank, you can have James' desk. He won't be using it anymore.
Oh, fun. Cool.
He won't.
He's got all the trinkets on his desk and stuff. That's fun. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've had a whole bunch of things going on. We've got some shows coming up in the next couple of weeks, but we also this last weekend, so we're getting into this weekend, but this last weekend we had our correspondents, the DeLong family, out at SAC Anime. And they sent us a video like they do every week, and Jeff is here to talk about it. So, ladies and gentlemen, before I bring Jeff onto the show, let's watch the video that he sent us because it's fun, like it always is. So, here we go. Well, ladies and gentlemen, to talk about SAC Anime, it's Jeff DeLong.
Hello.
What's up, Jeff?
Bruce.
The father of Bruce.
Bruce is over there. So we were at SAC Anime Roadshow, which was this Easter weekend. So there was an Easter bunny running around, as you saw in the videos there.
Mm-hmm.
I was Reptar and Riddler. Bruce was BMO there. We did get a couple interviews while we were there. I ended up getting a couple of bracelets that somehow lined up right with our message for our channel. So, because one says "be kind," and the other one says "mend it."
It should have said rewind. It would have been way better.
And our whole thing is don't be a hater, be a maker.
That's right.
So
there you go.
It runs right with our theme.
Yes.
Ended up interviewing Odin while we were there.
Who's been on the show? Odin Makes. Shout out to Odin Makes over on YouTube.
Great work over there.
I interviewed Levi, which is anyone that's gone to any of the Bay Area shows or Central California shows knows Levi. He's the watercolor guy.
Mm-hmm.
We actually had him redo our logo. So on the longer version of this, there is our new logo at the end of it, and I'm working on that right now. That's what I was doing in between waiting on you guys. And then the third interview we got.
To be fair, we weren't waiting on Jen and Frank. Everyone was waiting on me.
Didn't want to say it, but it's out there.
I was muted, or I would have said it first. So.
And the third interview we got was with this company called Dirty Panda Ceramics.
Oh, nice.
So they hand make all of their stuff.
Wow.
So it's him and his wife. So like this is one of his glasses.
Oh, that's dope.
Oh, that's
wow.
so neat.
Yeah. And then he has like mimic mugs and other cool stuff like that.
Oh, we got some dandy going in there. Oh, okay. And then is that Dubby?
He's drinking Malort. We know it.
It's Dubs.
Heineken.
Heineken. Okay. It's like I'm just gonna take a shot of Heineken.
It was what was left.
I want a Malort flavored Dubby now.
Oh God, that sounds disgusting.
Nobody wants that. What are you talking? That's crazy.
What, Malort lollipops?
Oh my God. The only person in the world that wants a Malort flavored candy is Ming Chen, and it's mainly so that he can give them to people at shows.
And also because he really likes to damage himself.
Oh, Ming does, but I mean, like, Ming also likes to force people to drink Malort if it's their first time hanging out with him.
Oh man!
Like, good news.
You know what?
Never have to drink Malort again.
I am so.
I can see Tater. I can see Tater eating one.
No, but I'm so glad that he decided that after the first time I hung out with him, because now I don't have to do that.
Yeah, he was like, no, she doesn't have to drink it. She doesn't have to drink it. I'm like, why'd you make me drink it a second time? Because I don't care when you drink it a second time.
So, Jeff, at the convention, how was the turnout? I know it was on Easter weekend. I wasn't sure if that was going to impact it or not.
It was a little bit slower than it normally is, but they still had a decent amount of people there.
Nice.
We did get to see our friends from Kyber Cave were out there.
Oh, nice. So, Ark and like the whole Kyber Cave crew was there.
Let's see, it was Van, his son, and I never can remember his name, but the bearded dude that works with them all the time.
Okay, no, it's his nephew. I know who you're talking about. Or is it the dude in the shop?
The dude from the shop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they were there. There was a decent amount of venue. We got to see again Janet Varhi, which was Korra from Legend of Korra.
Oh, nice.
Got to meet Dora, the explorer.
Yeah.
She posted a video saying, "Swiper, no swiping unless it's your card from Kyber Cave."
Yeah, I saw that one. That was
That's cool.
She's also
super nice too.
Yeah, she's also about to be on Saber Rattle.
Okay. Yeah, she was super nice. We talked to her and Janet at the same time. Easter morning, Reptar came over and gave Janet a little turtle duck.
Nice.
That's cool.
Did you 3D print that?
Yeah, 3D printed it and then hand painted up the different colored parts because I don't have that fancy of a printer.
Yeah, no, that's dope though.
Yeah, that's cool.
Fancier than mine.
Also ended up getting to meet the voice of Pokemon, the narrator.
Oh god, that's cool.
Yeah, that's really neat.
He's a super good guy too. He actually wanted a picture with Reptar, so
nice.
That's the voice of your childhood right there, man. That's so cool.
Yeah, it was awesome. Got a picture with him. That should be in the I think that's either on our normal page or will be in the video. I think it's just on that one's on our normal page because it was a vertical photo and those don't edited in as well.
Yeah, we did a show with Dale Kelly a while back, who was the voice of Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, and I remember when we were doing the interview with him, I was like, "Next time on Dragon Ball Z," and he goes, "Actually, pretty good."
Don't steal my job.
Yeah.
Well, he hasn't been the voice for a while. There's another actor that took over, but he was also
saying
Captain
that
Ginyu.
to you.
Yeah,
from me.
Oh,
Don't steal my job.
But he was also Captain Ginyu in the original recording in the Ocean recording. So it's kind of cool that he's both Captain Ginyu and the voice of Dragon Ball Z.
And then we saw a bunch of really cool cosplay in the video you were showing there.
Yeah.
Is there any cosplay that really stood out to you, Jeff?
So I can never remember her name. We call her the sticker lady. There's a lady that goes around to all the conventions handing out stickers.
Yeah.
Her and her son did Coco and the Abilita, the skeleton one, the one that had already passed.
Yeah.
Because the voice actor for Miguel was there.
Right.
So that one was really good. There was a Hellgas there that was great. Sackpool finally made it out to another show again. That's always fun.
Yeah.
Cool. I don't know if you noticed the picture in there, but I was Shaggy when I took Reptar off. I became Shaggy Rogers, and at one point we put the wig on Deadpool. I have my Shaggy wig on. I stuck it on Deadpool.
Okay.
Nice.
That's awesome.
That's a good look.
I have a question though, just a general question, if that's okay. Will you field those? Okay. So do you decide to do your cosplay dependent on the guests at the show, or are there certain do you have a certain schedule that you do?
Both. So like every Easter since last year, I've been bringing Reptar because I made the big bunny ears for Reptar.
Right.
Yeah.
So I bring bunny Reptar around for Easter. We hadn't done our DC villains in a while, so we decided to pull those out on day one. Shaggy's something simple. Now that I'm doing the videos with you guys and on our channel, I've been trying to do, if it's a 2-day con, do at least one day where it's something simple and it's not super elaborate. That way I can run cameras and such to get my interviews. But certain shows, there are a couple of shows where, like Sinister Creature Con, we always come with something that we have not brought there for Saturday.
Okay.
Because Saturday is a cosplay contest and Bruce has 5 wins in a row.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
I mean, he's got I'm gonna say Bruce has really good costumes, but it's really Jeff makes the costumes. So Jeff makes really good costumes.
Yes. Bruce is just your prop, right? And you just like put the
Well,
things on
Bruce
him
brings
and
the
water
energy
him.
to it. That's
Right.
what it gets. The combination of two things. I make him the great costume, and then he turns around and becomes the character.
Yeah.
Because if you can have a great looking cartoon, but if the story's garbage, no one wants to watch it.
Right.
That's a good point.
Well,
And you
Same
got
thing.
B
I mean,
Modoc
some
running
people
around.
will. Some people will watch crappy cartoons for good art. I'm just saying.
I was saying, then you got B Modoc running around. You know, it's like
Yeah.
Adventure Time's
that
version.
was one of those ADD moments where something pops in your brain and it won't go away until you do it.
Yeah.
Turned out good
I
though.
could see that. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
That's awesome though. I think that's great. I've always wondered that. Like, do you if you like someone enough, because the Coco people and the Coco voice actor. So it's like, did they do that because of that, or were they going to do that anyway? And it was just a plus. So I think it's awesome, and I love the cosplay community. So
I have done that before. So like when we met the entire animated voice, all 4 original turtles and April, we made sure we did our turtles for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but truth be told, you guys love
Sorry.
turtles anyway, so you probably would have done it anyway.
Yeah. Well, actually, I was a foot soldier.
Ah.
Bruce is Casey Jones, and Sandra's April O'Neil.
Oh, that's cool. So you guys did non-turtles. That's amazing. That's the way to go.
Yeah.
And I'm the OG purple, like cartoon series foot soldier.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh.
Nice touch. That's a good touch. What's the prep time for something like that? Say you hear that, hey, we got the turtles coming. How much time do you need to be able to get a good costume ready for that? Good cosplay.
It depends on how elaborate the costume is. Like Reptar, I watched 3 seasons of One Piece building Reptar.
Oh, that's
Whoa.
right.
Oh wow.
I love One Piece as like telling time. Like, oh, that was 5 One Pieces ago. I love that. But man, that is some serious dedication. That's wonderful to hear.
But then there's other ones like the foot soldier, because I only really had to make like the mask. Most of it was like just put the right parts in the right spots. I had to make the mask and I had to make the forearm pieces. So realistically, I think I spent maybe 20 hours on that thing at most. And most of that's like trying to draw a tiny little foot perfectly shaped and drew that foot at least 6 times.
Oh my god.
And then you have to try to cut out that tiny little foot with scissors and then sew that tiny little
right on the forehead. So
it becomes big.
right. So Jeff, you guys have another show this weekend, right?
We do. So ToyCon is this weekend.
Okay.
Sandra will be there all weekend with Sack Geeks. I will be stopping in. I have a bunch of stuff around the house I have to get done as well. So I will be stopping in. I will definitely be getting some footage and stuff for next week. So next Tuesday I'll see you guys again. But yeah, ToyCon, I'm not sure who the guests are. But it's over at the Scottish Rite Center, and that's always a great little venue there. If you're a video game, it's because it's technically a toy and video con. If you play vintage games, it's a great spot to find those games that you're having trouble finding. I think the last one I picked up, like Tokar or something like that. Friggin'
cool.
Old school friggin' Genesis cartridge.
Yeah. Graveyard would love that. Cool.
Yeah, no, absolutely he would. So yeah, man, we for everybody that's out there that's listening right now, if you're watching live, if you're listening after, this Sunday, what's the date this Sunday? Sunday the 27th, head over to the Scottish Rite Center in out here in the Sacramento area. And head over to Sac Toy Con. Be a good time. You will see the DeLongs there. At least you'll see we'll see you guys there for a moment. We'll see Sandra there. And
it's gonna be those days. Saturday too.
Okay, so Saturday and Sunday, guys. Sac Toy
Oh
Con.
yeah. Yeah.
Tomorrow, I do believe it's 9 to 9 if you have early entrance, and it closes at 5. So it's open pretty much all day.
Awesome. And we've been to the Toy Cons before, guys. It's a great time, especially seeing some of the toys that you see there, some of the people that are there. In my experience, there's been less cosplay there, but I mean, you tend to see a lot of like fun things there, and some of the booths that are there are ridiculous. So like,
the last Toy Con we went there, they actually had a video game museum, which was like this whole little walkthrough section in the back there where you can like see all the vintage ads for all the games and it would have like the history of how the game came to be and stuff like that. And cool little like things that you don't normally see. It was actually part of a traveling exhibit that they got to come to that.
That's pretty dope, man. Well, Jeff, we appreciate you coming on, man, and talking about last weekend, kind of hyping up this weekend, man. We definitely will see you on Tuesday when we do our next episode, like earlier than we're expecting.
Yes.
Because
I'll see you in the dance party if you remember this time.
I will remember. Jen, remind me if I don't remember, because I felt like a jackass last time. I was like, he's still in the chat, and I forgot to bring him on. No, I'm just saying, remind me if I don't remember.
Okay.
2 times.
No, I'm saying, why are you asking me to remind you? You know I'm going to forget. I always forget. No.
Please
I
don't.
will remember. I'll remember.
All right. Jeff, we'll see you in a little bit, man.
Good talking with you, Jeff.
All right.
Bye, Jeff.
All right, brother. So moving on the rest of the Geek End update here, guys.
Is it Lodi or Lodi?
Lodi.
It's Lodi.
Lodi Comic
Stuck
Con.
here in Lodi again.
Stuck in Lodi again. Oh,
This is a
Lord.
great con. To me, this is the biggest small con in our area. If you guys haven't been to it yet, it is always fire. If you're a wrestling fan, you got to go. Unfortunately, Rikishi just canceled, and he's my boy. But you got to check out Lodi Comic Con, guys. It's a really good one. I have a couple people that are going to be going out to this one. It's their first convention.
Nice.
And so I was like, this is the one to go to. It gets you just the right feels, and then you can upgrade to like Stockton Fan Expo after that. But this is a good starter one.
Right. Yeah. And I know Junior had to pull out because of he had to pull out because of I think there's like a family event that he has going on. So
that's what she said. I mean, what?
But I believe he moved to summer, so he's going to be at Stockton Con Summer instead of at the spring one here. But the guests that are going to be there, so Powerhouse Hobbs from AEW, David LaBrava, if you're fans of Mayans and Sons of Anarchy, he was in both of those shows. Samantha Irvin, who is absolutely gorgeous and is one of the best ring announcers in the business, and her new husband Ricochet, who that dude is so fucking badass. Ricochet is so dope. It was terrible that he got let go, but it was he's so dope. Sean Waltman from he's better known as X-Pac or 1-2-3 Kid, if you guys are familiar with old school wrestling. And just so many more people. There's so many guests that are going to be there. A lot of voice actors and things like that. I mean, there's always good guests that are at SAC Anime. So guys, make your way there Saturday, May 10th. If you go to, so we've got the page right there, but if you go up to LodiComicCon.com, you can get your tickets there now.
I got to throw in real quick. Irene Bedard, who's the voice of Pocahontas, is going to be there. If you're a Disney fan, I expect to see you out there.
Yeah, I interviewed Irene Bedard. That was back in the day before I had somebody who was supposed to be in charge of doing video and stuff for us, and she didn't record anything. So, which is why I started recording things myself. But we had a really good interview with Irene Bedard, and we interviewed her at MouseCon in Concord a couple years ago.
Oh, nice!
Awesome.
Concord, great place for a con.
But maybe don't ask her about the colors of the wind. Just let that lie.
Fun fact: Irene Bedard is also Native American, so she identifies with the character really well.
That's awesome, and that's the way it should be.
Yeah,
there we go.
So the next big show we got coming up here, and I know Frank's familiar with this one because he's got people that are going to be here. Ladies and gentlemen, Gem State Comic-Con is coming May 17th and 18th at the Expo Idaho Center out in Boise, Idaho. That is the biggest show we do of the year. And of course, all of our friends that are going to be there, Brian O'Halloran and Marilyn Gigliotti from Clerks, friends of ours at this point, Rick Robertson and Elise Bowman from Dragon Ball, also friends of ours. Tom Cook is going to be there, who's basically been in all things from Filmation. So he was in He-Man, Ghostbusters, Super Friends, Godzilla, Scooby-Doo, all kinds of stuff. Of course, legendary comic book artist James Pascoe is going to be there. Jen, he did Buffy the Vampire Slayer, if you're interested.
I'm well aware.
Exactly.
I'm well aware. I have those issues.
Right. But of course, the headliners, they've got 4 headliners this year. Ray Park, so Darth Maul himself is going to be there. Bonnie Wright of Harry Potter fame, Ginny Weasley.
Yes.
Right. Scott Patterson, aka Luke Danes from Gilmore Girls, and of course, the one, the only, the heart of all Marvel and DC at this point, our boy Sean Gunn is going to be there.
He was also in Gilmore Girls.
Also in Gilmore Girls.
He played Kirk.
But
the knowledge base there.
You don't even know how much I love Gilmore Girls. Okay, I've been inside the house. The Gilmore Girl house.
Nice.
And I walked around the town square.
Yeah.
And
nice.
I'm not going to be there.
Yeah, we just found out, guys. Jen's not going to be there. Unforeseen circumstances, but we're not going to have Jen at the show. And I'm upset because she's not going to make us fucking yellow biscuits again.
I know. I made the yellow travel biscuits. I was thinking about that this year. I was like, what could I make this year? Maybe I could have made the
blue travel biscuits.
The Dune melange.
Oh,
spice,
yeah.
The spice cookies.
That would have been cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, wow.
But, guys, we will be at Gem State Comic-Con again. Geek Freaks is going to have a representative over at Gem State as well. Yeah. So, we will be there in force.
By the way, real quick, I want to add to that. We're going to have somebody... the Anime Plus team is going to be going to Boston Anime May 25th. So if you're on the East Coast, you feel like going to one of the best anime conventions in the country, Boston Anime, May 25th. We're going to have both of our guys, Array and Own, are going to be there from Anime Plus. Yeah.
Nice. So guys, if you are a fan of anime, get out there, especially if you're in the East Coast. If you can make it out to Boston, get out to Boston Anime. It's going to be a good time.
Yes, it will.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to jump into the show. It's time to start some rumors.
No rumors.
I did.
No.
Yep.
No rumors. Only justice.
I did that just to tee you up, Jen. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I knew you would jump right into it too. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now that time. It's time for the download. All right. Well, let's jump right into this, guys. We've got so much to cover and so much to do. But before we get into all the regular news, Jen, it is time for Jen's casting corral. So please, Jennifer, take it away.
For more news, trailers, reactions, check out the Distance Nerdington post. Let us know what you're nerding out on. That's right. And now for casting. We're doing a corral, everybody.
Woo!
Yeehaw!
Yeah!
Yay!
Woo! Hold on, I was trying to woo! Woo! There we go.
There it is.
All right.
All right, let's do this.
Sam, we like your hat. It's a great hat, Sam. Our Sam Neill is the latest addition to the cast of Legendary's Godzilla X Kong sequel. Now, that's not the Barbie Godzilla, is it? Or is that the Barbie Godzilla?
The Barbie Godzilla?
Is it the Mecha Godzilla that has the pink on?
Oh, shit. No, it's not.
Okay. All right. I still haven't seen that. I need to see that. Okay. There's no word on the role he will be assigned or is being assigned. They assign roles? I mean, I guess they cast him, so that would be assigning it. So who do you think Sam's going to play?
He's playing
apparently, he's going to play Godzuki.
He's playing Godzuki 100%.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think he's going to be some like old kaiju hunter. They're going to pull out of retirement, And because they got the Apple show now that talks about how they've been doing this for a long time.
So
Oh,
good.
let's go
For season 2.
There we go. Let's get this old dog out of here, like the Jaws. Like, oh, I know how to kill this monster, scratching on them, whatever, and then bring him out, and he dies in the process. But it's what they're gonna try to Dr. Grant him as hard as possible. They're gonna get him to do as much Dr. Grant stuff as possible.
I think he's just gonna be Dr. Grant. I think it's gonna be a crossover that they're gonna say that Jurassic Park and Godzilla live in the same universe, and that's just gonna blow the whole IP up, and it's gonna be fantastic.
I love the chat. The chat never disappoints me. He's the new voice of Mothra.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Of course.
I got
Mothra. I guess. But okay, hold on. But is it Sam Neill with his regular Irish accent?
He's not Irish. He's Australian.
Is he Australian?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just plays Irish in Peaky Blinders.
Yeah, he's
okay.
The guy does all accents. It's just
right now he's a happy little farmer too. Have you seen his TikToks? He's just chilling on some area with ducks or whatever. He's living the best freaking life.
Well, he also has cancer, and
well, shit, Jen, way to bring it down.
I'm sorry, he does, and he's been really he's been real zen about it. That was his thing. Is he's just I have this disease, but I'm still gonna live my life, and I know how I'm gonna go. That's how. And I was just like, who the heck are you? And why were you naked in the piano?
I have a different TikTok than you, I think.
Yeah, I have a TikTok than her too. Oh man.
Wait, that was Harvey Keitel. Sam Neill did not get naked in the piano.
I don't remember Sam Neill getting naked in any movie.
Look, hey, the rumors section is actually a lie. You said there's no rumors. I think you're starting some right now.
Rumor: Sam Neill gets naked.
Sammy's in a piano.
I love James in the chat right now saying Frank cursing is fun.
Oh God. Oh, sorry. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't do that. Oh, I forgot about that. Sorry.
No. You can cuss on our show. We don't care, dude.
All right, so we're gonna move from Jurassic Grant to a ghost. So this guy's moving from a Ghostbuster to a Carl.
Combat Carl.
Right. Ernie Hudson, best known for playing Winston Zedmore in the Ghostbusters franchise.
Now I need that. Now I need that. Ghostbusters.
No, that's the porn version. Ghostbusters. Has taken over the voice acting role of Combat Carl for the upcoming sequel, Toy Story 5. So couldn't he be Carl's friend Chris? Like Combat Chris or something? Or
Combat Chris.
Maybe he's Commander Chris. I don't know. Anyway, that's what I got. That's his thing. I like the picture, but that's the picture they had before of Combat Carl.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously because Carl Weathers played the character, but I mean, I'm sure I'm sure that he can voice match Carl.
Yeah.
Which as long as they said they've done that in the past where you've gotten close, so they'll replace you with that person. They aim to try to match the same voice again.
Yeah, and also do a service to who played him before. I think that was part of it because I think Ernie Hudson was friends with Carl Weathers as well.
That makes sense.
So, which I would hope he was. Carl Weathers was an amazing person.
I'm happy. I think it's great. I think the last Toy Story I saw was 3. But that's because after the third one, I was like, this is too emotional for me. I can't do it anymore.
Well, frankly, then you should watch 4 because 4 is a lot lighthearted, not more lighthearted than 3. 3 was we're going to sucker punch in the emotions. Right. And 4 is we're going to make more money. And so it's just them hanging out at some fair, basically. And it is about the transition of toys or whatever. But the stakes are far lower than in 3. 3, I'm sitting there are these toys gonna die? I care now so much about these toys.
Right.
You're not worried about that in 3 at all. You're all right, cool motorcycle, bro.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. Well, then, so is 5 that Daddy Iger needs a new yacht?
That's what it is. Yeah. Okay. You got to put fuel in those planes. Somebody's got to do it. And that's what Pixar's job is. Yeah.
Yep.
Unfortunately.
Probably. Okay, so let's ponder the whole Combat Commander toy line while stopping by the gift shop because we got merch, people.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we got merch, people.
Too soon. I forgot. We've got a whole show to do.
Again?
Yeah.
God damn it,
every
Jen.
week. This happens
You're
every week.
gonna
I
take
just
your air
get
horn
really
away from you.
excited that we have a gift shop now. So
She started it. Okay, she
Mhm.
says we got a gift shop. We got merch. Oh, is that right? Okay.
Where's my button at?
So
Well-
I gotta do this. I gotta do this.
Jumping into the stories here, one Russo multiverse is collapsing. God, man. Ladies and gentlemen, Deadline confirms that Amazon has officially scrapped 2 of its Citadel spin-offs, including Citadel Honey Bunny for India and Citadel Diana for Italy. Neither will get a season 2. Effectively, Amazon has pulled the plug on its ambitious plan to build a sprawling international franchise under one high-concept banner. Instead, Amazon plans to merge the remnants of those spin-offs into the mainline series. So season 2 of the main series was originally set for late 2025, but it's now pushed back to the mid 2026. Said that very weird. The mid 2026. Is this a Russo brothers issue or Amazon switching to James Bond? What does this mean for Amazon's Dad TV? Stay tuned and we'll let you know.
Amazon's got too much money. Let's be honest. All they're doing, they're not going to develop new IPs. They're just going to buy somebody else's IP and be like, you guys will click on that, right? They're too busy funding rockets. All right. That's what they got to do. And so
Rockets,
they're
I
going to
look
do.
this is where you put celebrities in them. That's what
Yeah.
you do.
And thank God, guys, because we needed to know what Katy Perry's playlist was going to be. Oh, thank God she went to
Right.
space for that. Anyways.
God, have you seen what the internet has been doing to her since then?
Oh, and I've been enjoying it, my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been
They're talking
delightful.
about her mom moves at her show.
Oh man.
Oh God, have you seen her whole lightsaber fight at the show right now?
No.
Oh yeah, she's been a space guy. She's a Star Wars now. She's out there doing. She's literally got Darth Maul's lightsaber and fighting like creatures that attack her on stage. And the choreography is like, you're still in space, huh? Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
You
gotta
never
watch
came
it.
back.
You
Yeah,
can
like-
come back.
They're talking about like, you know, she's got all these mom moves while she's doing her live show, and somebody said she instead of going to space, she should have worked on her choreography. I'm like, oh God,
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
It's true.
Yeah, I didn't see any of that, but I just want to know if we're getting Wheel of Time season 4.
we better be.
That's what I
We
want
are.
to know. So if you
That's what last I heard is we are getting that. Yeah, but Amazon. So they got the Bond series, so that's why you're going to focus on Bond over Citadel.
Right.
And they keep buying up new IPs. They're just buying up any IP they can, and then they'll throw out a quick series for it. They don't mind dumping a lot of money on this thing. I think the idea is just to eventually outpace Netflix, because Netflix is still number one, but they don't have the backing of all the Amazon infrastructure to eventually be outpaced by them. Yeah, I think that's
I agree with that. I do think that's what they're doing. They're trying to do that, and Apple just doesn't. They're like, oh wait, I forgot.
Apple doesn't advertise. That's
no.
how,
I love their business model. Their business model is like, we're going to make masterpieces and not tell anybody about them.
Exactly.
We're just gonna let people figure it out.
It's upsetting because like how good the shows are on Apple, and they just don't tell people shit about them.
Right.
I can't remember what it was. They canceled their first show they've ever canceled.
Mythic Quest.
Mythic Quest. That's it.
Which is amazing. Was it amazing? We reported on it. It's an amazing show.
It's their very first cancellation too, and it was like somebody's like, "Oh, let's try this cancellation thing out. We haven't done that yet," and that was it. They picked Mythic Quest for it. But I mean, like, oh god, For All Mankind is like IMAX worthy.
Yes,
and I mean, there's so many things that they do. It's just like, damn, guys, it's so good.
Silo, Silo is so Moorish. I mean, it really is. I love it.
Or like if you're not watching the studio right now, like the studio is
holy cow,
perfect. It's such a good show.
Yes.
And I mean, Ted Lasso, Shrinking.
Yeah.
Shrinking's going to be coming back soon. I love Shrinking. And
Monarch, we were talking about Monarch before, and just like Monarch is one of those shows that like surprised me with how good it was, because I was not expecting it to be that good. But on top of that, you've got father and son playing the same character at different eras. That's fucking great.
Smartastic. Yeah.
But
that's what nepotism works.
He's going to be a little busy with all of his Johnny Mayo.
Johnny Mayo.
I know they got a couple good movies out there too. They just had the one called The Gorge, I think it is, that we had reviewed on our show, and they liked it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know what the business model is over there. It's just like, we're gonna go for awards or for. They're not going for money. That's for dang sure. They're losing about $2 billion a year on this stuff. So
yeah,
Central Park was great. Good call out, by the way. Yeah, if you're a Bob's Burgers fan, and especially the musical part of it, Central Park, fantastic.
Yeah. Morning Show was another really good one.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say, I think they just started the streaming service, and they were like, because they were like, if we don't do this, someone else is going to take Apple TV Plus, and we need that. And so, and then they went, oh yeah, okay, let's just put stuff on it. And then they started putting things on it, and then they're like, I mean, we're Apple. Do we really need to advertise? Everybody has our phones already. They'll just watch. And
I think that's part of what it was that they were saying is that because they include it with a lot of like Apple services, that they were expecting people just watch it because it's included.
Yeah. Do you think somebody like
the public?
We see Amazon over there? They're trying to dominate the space with purchasing IPs. Do you think at some point they would try to buy Apple's TV wing, the studio wing?
They might. I don't think that Tim Cook would let that happen, though. I think Tim Cook.
I don't think Apple's selling.
Yeah.
How about them apples?
Out of pride alone, essentially. But yeah, Amazon. I mean, they're bringing a lot of good heat. I mean, gosh, The Boys, Invincible. Their animation, I think, is really unsung. I mean, I know Netflix is kind of constantly putting out these pretty cookie cutter animes, but I think Amazon's really hitting it up there with those animations.
Yeah, Ex Machina was the
Ex Machina, great call out. Yes,
yes.
Yeah. I really like.
That's if you're a D&D fan, like,
and if you're not, you're crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got the 3D printer right next to me. I've been printing minis like crazy this last week. So yeah.
Well, I mean, let's move on to the next story here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, absolutely. Dust off your knee-high socks and plaid skirts. Clueless
as if
back. It's so back.
It's so back as if.
I was gonna try and do the like Pedro Pascal and SNL voice.
So good.
No way.
So
Oh my god. But I don't think you guys could handle that much. I think your ears would blink. Peacock is developing a brand new Clueless series, and Alicia Silverstone will not only star in the show, but also serve as an executive producer. Oh my God, look at that. Cher's executive producing now. The interesting collab, CBS Studios owns the television rights to the 1995 Paramount film. Had long been looking for the right opportunity to revive the IP. After shopping the project around, it landed back at Peacock. Okay. This new series marks the second major CBS IP to find new life on a streaming platform following Little House on the Prairie, which is in development at Netflix. What? Really?
Yeah, I guess
that timing wasn't great.
Yeah. The show is, it actually sounded like it came out of my mouth. I love that. The show is being produced by CBS Studios in association with Universal Television, a division of Universal Studio Group. And in conclusion, may I please remind you, it does not say RSVP on the Statue of Liberty.
It's a fun property to bring back. I mean, the fact that Silverstone is coming back to play Cher again, I'm for this.
Here's the real question, though: will Paul Rudd be back?
I mean, given that Paul Rudd is probably going to look exactly the same.
Yeah.
Bastard.
Paul Rudd has not aged in the last 40 years.
Did you see his latest Nintendo commercial?
He looks exactly like he did in the original Nintendo commercial.
What magic do you have, you bastard, and share with the rest of us? Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
I don't talk about this a lot, but he is in the Immortals Club, guys.
What I love is that in Deadpool and Wolverine, they had to make a joke about it. He's like, "Oh, look, Paul Rudd finally aged."
I loved it.
Yeah, right?
Got to put him in the grave.
Yeah.
But I think this will do well. I mean, one of the keys with Clueless back in the day was pretty feminist. I know for passive viewers, not so much, but when you actually pay attention to it, it's a pretty feminist story there. And I think now it's poised to really thrive in this environment. So yeah, bring it back. What the heck? Peacock's the right streamer for it too. They're going to really do well with this.
Yeah. And I mean, I'd love to see kind of just what Cher is up to now. Because I hope that that's the direction they go on. This is Cher as an adult, you know, and I hope that she's still immature as shit. Like, I just want her to be like a spoiled rich chick and just get away with shit.
I just thought that Legally Blonde was the
I heard
the sequel to Clueless.
I heard a whole theory about Clueless or Legally Blonde was just the sequel to Clueless.
Yeah. But also Clueless is based on Emma from Jane Austen. So it's just an updated version of that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's the knowledge I know about that.
All right. Well, let's move on to was anybody have any other comments before we move on to the next story?
I'll watch it.
Yeah, I'm definitely I'm probably gonna watch this. So moving on to the next story. I'm excited about this just because I love Coogler, because the truth is out there, which means the truth is back. The X-Files is officially headed for a new chapter, and Ryan Coogler of Black Panther and the smash hit Sinners is ready to open the file. Coogler confirmed that rebooting the X-Files is a very next project in his slate. I've been excited about that for a long time, and I'm fired up to get back to it, he said. He also said some of those episodes, if we do our jobs right, will be really fucking scary, which they will be if he does it the right way, which I have total faith in this guy after everything he's done. So even original series creator Chris Carter seems to be on board, revealing last year that Coogler is planning to remount the X-Files with a diverse cast under the Disney TV deal, which may piss some people off, including the people we were talking about on the internet earlier today. Are you
in the comments?
the comments right now? All right. Are you excited for the Coogler X-Files reboot? I am. I am, because Ryan Coogler cannot fail, man. Sinners is the best movie out. I haven't even seen it yet, and everybody's talking about it's the best out there. I just haven't had time to go watch it, but I literally have a movie ticket waiting for me to go watch that. But I mean, Black Panther, both of them, great movies. Fruitvale Station, if you go back to his
so
movies, good movie. Like, I mean, like every movie, everything he touches is fucking gold. And just because he's an amazing writer, so I'm very excited for this. But also, what it didn't mention in the story that we have here, he's also talking to Gillian Anderson about coming back.
Oh, that's awesome.
Wow, that's a good get.
Will she have a vagina dress?
Maybe.
Checking
notes, vagina dress. No, it doesn't say anything on the notes about vagina dress.
Yeah, I don't see.
No, she wore one to an award show once.
That's wild. I
about...
have a different TikTok than you, son of a bitch.
I follow Gillian Anderson, and she talks about vaginas a lot. It's not even.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Okay.
Talk about feminist icons.
Yes.
The vagina dress with Gillian Anderson.
There we go.
But with X-Men, Jesus Christ, X-Files, I think it's the perfect time to bring this back. Black Mirror's doing really well, but I think it's kind of towards the end of its lifespan. I think we're all ready for something like this. Twilight, they tried to do Twilight Zone again. It didn't quite land. I think it was on Paramount Plus. I think this is going to do quite well. I think it's going to thrive.
Yeah, especially considering who brought that show back. You would have thought that it would have been a hit.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Well, some things, like, it's too much nostalgia. I feel like you have to get in that sweet spot of nostalgia, and that's usually about, you can't really go past like 40 years back. Yeah. If you go past that, then it's going to be a problem, because it's like completely different unless you update it more. And Twilight Zone was one of those. It was an anthology, and so and a lot of people aren't into anthologies right now. I loved it, and it scared the bejesus out of me when it was on. But
me too.
That's just So I appreciate it, but really.
And I know Graveyard's gonna have a blast knowing that they're bringing the show back, because he loves the X-Files. So
I think it'll be really interesting. I think it will be new and exciting and fun, wrapped in a little X-Files thin mint.
Right.
And if they can get the Doctor Who budget that Disney Plus is giving to certain shows, I think that's just the right budget for this. I think Fox, they did as good as they could back in the 90s. But if you got like the Doctor Who, you got that, what's that, Percy Jackson, they all have really solid budgets that I think can make some really good visuals for us. And X-Files needs those visuals.
Yeah, Disney's been really good about the budgets. I'm just to agree with what you're saying. Like, they just, the budgets that they're putting on their shows, like, I think that's partially why they wanted to scale back too, is because they were putting movie budgets on these TV shows.
Exactly.
But I mean, it shows, like, Netflix kind of started the trend of putting movie budgets on TV shows, but like everybody's running with it now, and you get so much better quality visuals on the shows. But then You pair that with good writing. Andor is the perfect example of that right now.
Oh my god,
exactly. Or
Exactly.
X-Files.
nailed it. Put that on a shirt.
Put it on a shirt.
Add it to the merch shop.
'Cause we got merch, people.
Want to hear that horn?
Exactly.
Oh man, that
All right.
no.
Frank is now the new transition goat. Speaking of transitions and speaking of Black Mirror,
Is Netflix trolling their fans? Season 7 of the hit Netflix series Black Mirror has brought plenty of twists, but the second episode, Bete Noir, has taken things a step further. Man, I was a little anxious saying that. Okay, the concept of the episode is to mess with its character's sense of reality. It appears the show is now playing the same mind games with its audience. People remember one reality, but evidence shows another. In Bete Noir, it's a gimmick that's jumped straight out of the screen. So the too long didn't read version of the story, Black Mirror is actually releasing 2 different versions of the episode on Netflix, with a fast food chain initially appearing as either Barney's or Bernie's, depending on who's watching.
interesting.
Yeah. So which episode did you see? Bernie's or Barney's? Up next is the Bernstein Bears or the Berenstein Bears?
Nice. So they're creating the Mandela effect on purpose.
That's what it sounds like. Yeah, I didn't watch it yet. It was one of those things where it's like I'll get to it eventually, let them build up. But I wonder if they're doing any kind of new technology with this. I know one thing that Netflix is testing right now is AI tools to replace dialogue. This feels like something that they could do with AI, where like it'll randomly flip the name based off of whoever's watching. You know?
Yeah. As long as they use it for good. I mean, like, I definitely don't want AI coming in and taking over anything within that. Like it's kind of like the way we've had these conversations in the past, Frank, and I know me and James have as well. Like AI is good when you use it as a tool, but when you use it to take over everything, like if you're doing dialogue replacement with it, I don't know how I feel about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, absolutely. No AI there, because AI is like broken data. The character, not the actual data streams, like in Matrix.
Yeah.
Like the character name data.
Yeah.
This is very confusing. I'm gonna stop.
But I think this is fun if they're just doing this outright. You know, it's a fun way to kind of engage the audience and get them talking. Nowadays, we have such limited attention span, and marketing is rough as it is. So using this as a reason to get us to even talk about it. I mean, what's the chances of us talking about this specific episode of Black Mirror if it wasn't for the fact that they're toying with us? They are. We're advertising for them. Netflix, send that check. That's what I'm saying.
Yes, please. The entire Geek Freaks Network could use that check. So let's.
I'm not gonna turn it away. That's for damn sure.
Netflix, call us.
Yeah. Disney owes me some major money, I tell you. For all the Marvel I talk.
Oh my God, the amount. Okay, when we were still doing the breakdown, we haven't done a breakdown in a while, but we were literally breaking down Easter eggs in every show that Disney was putting out for a while.
Yeah.
So it was like Disney advertising. We're here.
Yeah.
I will be a fucking paid shill. Kevin Smith might not be a paid shill, but I will be. Give me money.
Oh, I'll get a shirt that says it, bro. I don't even matter. Challenge accepted. Like our numbers always spike or always do very well whenever it's a Disney Plus series. So right now with it going Daredevil to Andor, eating well. I'm not hating about that.
Well, but like Daredevil Born Again and then going to Andor, it's like you don't lose anything. They're the same caliber. So we definitely are eating good right now. We definitely are.
Absolutely.
Except for the 3-hour-long episodes on a Tuesday. That's rough, especially when you're us and you have to record an episode of podcast right afterwards to talk about it. It's like,
I had to spread mine out for over the course of the week. And I'm not going to say that episode 3 didn't make me cry, but I mean, fucking,
it's good.
it's fucking good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it very much
Well,
is.
I like big bearded men.
There we go.
That's all I'm going to say. Well, so
Chuck could fucking stand in for that dude too. It's like straight up.
Oh yeah, he's huge. But yeah, we watched all 3 of them today, like because he's off on
Oh, wow.
Fridays, and so we just watched it because I was like, they're like, I love Tony Gilroy because he basically said, I'm going to give you the trilogy that you deserved, plus I'm going to give you another extra movie, because that's basically what he's going to do, and I'm so happy about it. So afterwards, I was like, that was a complete thing. It was,
yeah.
I was like, oh, I love this, and so. And the whole juxtaposition of like Mon and Andor, and it was just great.
And
Yeah.
Luthen, it's the best dialogue in Star Wars is in Andor.
Yeah.
I said this before, and I don't want to go. We're already off on a tangent, but I don't want to go.
I know. I'm waiting for James to DM us. I'm scared.
Yeah,
we have to get going fast.
Yeah, I know. The biggest thing about Andor, and this is where I'm gonna go before we move on to the next story. But the biggest thing about Andor with me is between this and Rogue One, as much as there are a lot of people that don't like Rogue One, between this and Rogue One, this is the best interpretation of war in Star Wars.
It is, yeah.
That is the biggest thing of this. It is, season 1 was how to start a rebellion. Right, it's how to start an insurgency, like 101. This one, the amount of like the cross between the politics of things and just the espionage and the war aspect of everything. It's the occupation with the Empire and
the cost of war for all sides too.
Right, or it's the disruption. Right, it's when you have this imperial fascist organization that is disrupting the lives of normal people, then it's how you react. It's what are the conditions that cause this rebellion to gain traction, and it's because the Imperials are oppressing people to a point, again, and it's the realest thing because spoilers for anybody that hasn't seen it, I'm not going to go too far into it, but sexual assault in Star Wars for the first time, and it means something. It's not just there for the sake of being there.
I mean, it's traumatic, and
it's very much
supposed to be. Anyway, let's move on.
Frank, you called it. Just Star Wars saga.
Guys, James is watching. Quick, go to the next thing. What's the next thing on the list?
Go,
Rob Liefeld, quick.
Rob Liefeld likes Star Wars. I mean,
yeah, that's right. Yeah, make mine not Marvel. This is where we get in trouble. Rob Liefeld, the Deadpool and Cable co-creator, has built a career on bold lines and bold opinions and not being able to draw feet. And in a recent conversation about his return to Youngblood, which is an amazing series. If you have not read Youngblood, you need to go check it out. Liefeld opened up about the long, rough relationship he's had with Marvel, the state of comic book creators today, and why he's thrilled to be doing his own thing again. On the subject of how the industry treats its creators, Liefeld told comicbook.com, we are friends of the show, comicbook.com. We are treated like shit. No one wants to say this, but we are treated terribly even after all these years. We are the George R.R. Martins and Stephen Kings of our business. Try to make stuff without us and see what happens. I have some other films in development right now, and I can tell you that the other studios I work with aren't as ignorant and willfully dismissive as Marvel is. People ask, how can I do this? I don't need anything from them. I hope things would end on a better note, but I wake up every day thrilled to make whatever the fuck I want, and I added the fuck in there.
Well, because he would say that.
Yeah, it's exactly what he would say. He went on to say, if you've ever listened to Robservations, you know that's the way he talks.
Yeah.
He went on to say, I am not going to necessarily call to arms for fans. The ultimate deal is I want to spread the word that ultimately costs them nothing to treat us better. I'm not talking about me, but I want better treatment for the next generation of comic creators. I guess we can call this a promo for his new book, because Youngblood's #1 is out now.
Yeah. Rob doesn't pull his punches.
He doesn't. He doesn't at all.
And he's not wrong.
No.
That's the thing is, whenever we talk to these comic book writers, luckily we're in the business of talking to a lot of comic book creators around here. And whenever we talk to them, we find that they like to spend their passion in indie comics because that's where they get to tell their real stories. And then they go to, DC, Marvel, and some echelons of image comics to pay the bills.
Yeah.
And so hey, Rob, you do you, man. We feel you. We appreciate Deadpool and everything else that you've made and the crazy feet, the big chest, and all that you've done. You're a legend, but you gotta find a place to actually, you got in this business because your passion. Share it with us.
Yeah, and that's kind of what me and Jen were talking with Chris Saloff about last night is the love in indie and kind of how we kind of pivoted to indie comics really hard just because of the conversations we had with people and just people being generally creative and how creative they can be, and it was so much fun. Check out that episode if you guys haven't checked that out. It's on our YouTube feed right now. So
it was really fun, and there are some really great stories in it. So yeah, absolutely.
And I will say, I know, like, for people who go into a comic book shop, sometimes it's hard to find those indie comics. From all my conversations, Image has been really good to their people, and gives them the tools and the network to really kind of branch out. So if you're looking for like a bigger comic book company you can kind of trust, Image, as many of us 90s kids know, like Image was the rebels, the cool kids back in the day.
Yeah.
They still are cool kids. So yeah.
I mean, Jim Lee, Rob Liefeld, just like the amount of legends that were involved and still are involved in that company is just absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, there's a new comic book coming out the beginning of May. Not to plug my own thing, but I interviewed the writer. But look for a comic book called Free Planet, guys. If you guys want the next saga, if you're familiar with the Saga franchise, it's called Free Planet coming up. It's gonna be a good one. You're gonna want that early May.
Oh, awesome.
Nice.
Cool.
I'm probably going to check it out.
You know what else is coming out?
I do, Jen, but tell us.
In another Make Mine Not Marvel, before James Gunn's Superman hits the big screens this July, DC fans will get a sneak peek into the Man of Steel's early days in a new prequel novel titled Superman, Welcome to Metropolis, landing in bookstores on June 3rd. I do have a synopsis.
Oh, I've been waiting the entire episode for this. Let's do this, Jen.
Up and away, Opsis. Is this our first book synopsis?
Oh, it might be. Up and away, Opsis. Is this our first book synopsis? Synopsis.
All right, let me try and get a Metropolis voice going on here, okay? Take to the skies with Superman in this original prequel novel based on the new film in theaters July 11th, 2025. Clark Kent is a fresh-faced Metropolis, trying to balance his new job at the Daily Planet and his secret identity as Superman, a powerful metahuman, while uncovering a dangerous mystery that seems to tie back to the infamous Lex Luthor. Discover how the world's finest superhero found his place in his new home in this original prequel novel based on the film. The prequel novel, titled Superman, Welcome to Metropolis, is a 144-page and landing in bookstores on June 3rd.
I might
read it now before you go see the movie in Technicolor.
In Technicolor. I may actually read this. 144 pages is not that long.
It's a kid's book. It's meant for the kids. It's a junior novel. Like, great book.
Yeah. I could read it in like half an hour.
Okay, well, I'm not a superstar. Like, holy cow. That's a superpower you have there. I will dedicate a week to it and be okay. I'm having a hard time getting to that damn Hunger Games prequel, guys. I'm slow. But yeah, this looks good. I think I'll pick it up as well. Do we know who the author is of the book itself? I'm looking for that right now.
It just says inspired. Let me see if I can.
Written by James Gunn. I don't know.
Probably.
Because I think let's see if we can have a chat with the author of this book. We'll work on that. I think that'd be fun to do. So we'll work on that.
It's
unless it's James Gunn.
Penguin Random House.
Yeah. But this is the kind of book
we're out there now. James Gunn, if you want to come on the show and get interviewed, let's
throw it out there. We've been holding back, guys. Let's do it now. James Gunn, we know you're listening. Jump on the show. Get on the call now. But this is the kind of thing that we need for this new layer of Superman, right? Where we're talking about hope, a new generation of kids, a new generation of fans. You got to bring in the kids first. This is their Superman for a lot of people. And if you're a parent and you're trying to find something to do with your kids, grab this book. You got a month to read it before the new movie comes out, and knock out a couple chapters a night with your kids. What a good way to introduce them into Star Wars. I think, or Star Wars, Superman.
Superman,
That's a really good call.
Absolutely.
That's a song by John Williams. Okay, sorry.
You're
I'm
good.
just
You're good.
Googling. I'm Googling.
I love that we're getting in the picture on the front of the novel. We're getting the full costume here. So like we've seen kind of like, you know, bits and pieces and parts, and we know he's got the underwear and everything, but like this reminds me of Christopher Reeves in so many ways.
Yes.
You know, but not only just that, but also the Kingdom Come symbol.
Mhm.
Like I've been in love with the idea that they were going to use the Kingdom Come symbol on his chest, but it looks so much better when you actually see it on the costume like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the inspiration. Is Kingdom Come. Yeah.
So it doesn't say who wrote it, but it is aimed at readers 6 to 9 years old, and the book costs $7.99.
No, so it's perfect for me.
And it's actually available for pre-order on Amazon. So now I'm going to go to Amazon. And I'm going to see if that says who wrote the thing.
So everybody, young Phil's going to bust out them hooks on phonics. He's going to be all set for this bad boy. He's ready to go. Yeah, this is going to be a good grab though. It's probably now that I said author, it's probably one of those like camel projects where like a bunch of people worked on it to get it out there.
Right,
but still, it's just a good one to get in there.
I'm on Amazon right now. Everybody keep talking. I will get this.
Yeah, we're gonna keep talking as you're looking for that. Yeah, so it's All Star Superman. It's based off of, but yeah, I like the S from this one, and I like how it is. It looks like Christopher Reeve, but it's not like how with Brandon Roth they're like, hey, you need to be Christopher Reeve.
Right,
you know?
right. It definitely has like the feel of Christopher Reeve Superman.
Yeah.
Like, when you look at it, like he's definitely kind of like that. He's got that vibe.
Getting back to the core of what the character is, and not so much mimicking something that worked in the past. I think that's important going forward.
Yeah.
It just says by Random House, so it's probably a combination.
Yeah. Although I will say, and this is what is it? The not hot take. It's the opinion that no one likes.
No, that's a hot take.
Yeah, that'd be a hot take.
All right. There's a British, the BBC One Radio does something called Unpopular Opinion.
That's what I was trying to say. Unpopular opinion, right? I was going to say unpopular opinion. I do like the new 52 version of Superman because there's something about the high collar that I like.
That like Nehru jacket collar is really cool. I do like that, but I have to say that I really like it looks like this uniform is very hopeful, but also grounded in reality. Like it looks like he could take it off.
Yeah.
It's not just skin tight and like how do you get that on?
Yeah.
Well, and honestly, it looks like it's not trying to flatter him. Like I think with the Henry Cavill version, and bros, don't come at me. The worse than the comments that Phil got earlier will be if anybody talks shit about Zack Snyder. But that version of Superman, I think they were like trying to make him look as cut as possible. When this one's like, yeah, he's strong, but he's not outside of the normal body type. I think in a lot of ways.
Right.
And so I really. I commend James Gunn for trying to make a Superman that everybody can relate to. I like that.
Yeah. Although I do love Cavill Superman. That dude. That my motivation when I went to the gym for the longest time was looking at Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
In the first Superman, Man of Steel.
He's the absolute best.
Right.
I mean, as a person, and I want him to come back as Batman though. I don't want him to be Superman.
Cavill was Batman.
I said that. I think that would be great. He would be good.
He's got the size for it.
Yep.
So I really think that it's interesting that Phil's only reason to go to the gym was Henry Cavill. I think that's
I want to look like Henry Cavill, and what's funny is I would look like pretty much. I would I actually looked up his workout for Superman, and he talks about a lot of it, and this is for all the gym nerds that are out there that are listening on this. He did more back workouts than anything, mostly because the formula was widen your back and make your shoulders bigger, and it makes the rest of you look that much more like big.
Yeah, it's the Dorito. Wow. It's the Dorito theory.
Right. So he did a lot of back workouts to widen his back out, and that made his chest look bigger.
I think Chris Evans did that too.
Yeah.
I mean, it all comes back to Chris Evans for me.
Yeah, so I to this day, and I've been out of the gym for like 3 months, admittedly at this point. But I mean, to this day, every back workout I start out with 30 pull-ups.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So like, you know, I always try to like work on that. Like, and
Just
assisted pull-ups after a while. I probably start off with like 10
Yeah.
unassisted, and then you know get like a little TRX band to help me for the rest of them. But I mean, like,
The last time I did a pull-up was fastening a diaper to my son.
21 years ago.
my gym, just like Jen's TikTok's different than mine, my gym experience is different than yours. I go and I am very relaxed on the treadmill, and I'm watching Peaky Blinders and just being like trying to convince myself that I'm not on a treadmill right now and the whole time. And I'm not about to do like back spreading. What? No, I'm just like I got 10 minutes on this bad boy left, and that's it. You know?
Right.
Yeah,
That's all it does for me.
I'm the guy that, but wearing Superman underoos, hell yeah. 30 pull-ups, but wearing Superman underoos. I'm the guy that is like very intensely focused on himself,
Yeah.
and is also kind of trying to melt into the background. But I'm like, you know, I'm
Yeah.
trying. I'm not the dude that's in the mirror going, "Look at me, oh yeah, huh, look at me," like all that guy. I'm the dude who's like, you know, kind of quietly lifting heavy.
James is always what's he got going on with lactose intolerant?
I don't go to the gym. I'm lactose intolerant. It just means that he's gonna shit himself on the treadmill, is what it is.
Oh, gotta be careful. Yeah.
Wow.
You get that on the
So-
treadmill and it just comes right back at you in a little bit. That's nasty.
Sprays you right in the face. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's jump into this news. This section we're getting into right here is the whole reason we couldn't skip the show this week, because so much happened this weekend, ladies and gentlemen, or this week. Was I about to skip a story here?
It's not on the notes, but I do like
Yeah,
it. It looks like
I don't have it.
That's from last week. Okay, never mind. Ladies and gentlemen, I guess I didn't delete one. Ladies and gentlemen, this
Look
weekend.
at Pedro Pascal right now.
Yeah, just look at Pedro Pascal right now, and cry for the events that happened over last week's episode.
I haven't seen the episode yet. Don't
Spoiler
talk
alert,
about
spoiler
it.
alert, spoiler alert,
Spoiler alert for anybody who played the video game. Anyways, let's move on. I'm not going to say anything else.
Yeah, just keep going.
Yeah, exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, this weekend or this last weekend was Star Wars Celebration in Japan. So, in honor of that, we're talking Star Wars. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm excited for this one because off to gaming news from a galaxy far, far away. Ubisoft just dropped the trailer for Star Wars Outlaws, A Pirate's Fortune, the second and possibly final story expansion for their open world scoundrel simulator, which was an amazing game. If you didn't play it, shame on you. The new DLC looks to shake things up with pirates, lost treasure, and an infamous fan favorite character from the Clone Wars. Whoo! Our boy Hondo Ohnaka. Love that character. If you guys are unfamiliar with him, you have to go watch Clone Wars. Hondo is such a good character.
Jim Cummings voicing him. Hell yeah.
Yes, it is. This new chapter throws Kay Vess and her fuzzy companion Nyx into the lawless Kepi system, where they'll have to navigate crumbling tombs, black market trades, and rival raiders to survive, which is not much different from the rest of the game. The expansion is free for anyone with a season pass included in the Golden Ultimate Editions, or you can grab it a la carte for $14.99. Ubisoft is also running a 50% off sale on the Golden Deluxe Editions right now, which might be tempting if you've been holding out since launch. If you're curious, and if you are, again, shame on you. Get the game; it's fucking great. If you're curious, now's a good time to test the waters. Ubisoft is offering a free 3-hour demo across all platforms, so players can see what it's like to live a rogue life between Empire and Jedi. Star Wars Outlaws: A Pirate's Fortune expansion arrives May the 15th, so not the 4th.
I have one thing to say really quickly.
Please.
It's a hard scoundrel life for us.
It's a hard scoundrel life for us.
Here we are, just a bunch of rogues.
Shooting people first because we're not good guys. Hot shot first. That's all I'm saying. Again, it's gonna make facts, right? It's an amazing game, guys. If you have not played it, if you're going based off of everybody's hatred on the internet, which is a theme today, play it, guys. The game is good. The gameplay is really good. The mechanics are really good. The character development and the character story is amazing. You need to give it a chance if you have not already. If you're going based off of just of reviews because people hate bomb the game, it's a good game.
We just haven't played it yet. We had a little bit of a hard time with Survivor.
God,
it's not the game itself. It's like just getting the game to work.
Gotcha.
For what Shadoo had, and so we were like, well, we'll wait on Outlaws.
I played it on the stream. So on the game streams that I was doing on Mondays, I played the game on the stream. And it's funny because I started the game, I got frustrated with it for a little while, played another game, and then went back to it and was like, holy shit, why did I skip this? This is good.
Yeah, it is.
You just weren't in the right headspace for it, and I think that's part of it. I think sometimes games you have to be in the right headspace for it, except Skyrim, because Skyrim sucks, and I hate that game with all of the fibers in my...
Oh no, I'm disconnecting. Oh no, my internet. Oh no, it's bad. Crazy.
No, I've made a deal with Shadoo that we will play it. I'll actually and stream it so that you guys can watch me actually curse so much and just rage quit every episode, because that's probably what will happen. So
I
the Oblivion, then it's really good, but yeah, it's the same thing. It's Skyrim.
I missed this from Sack Deadpool, but he said, "I'll one up you, James. Superman underoos and Aquaman socks." You were really trying to get the internet to crucify me, man. It's just add the Aquaman socks to it.
Hey,
but let's
get
go
the
ahead.
whole sleeve too.
Yeah, I know, right?
Aquaman sleeve.
Aquaman. That's it. Just right across it all.
There you go.
Actually, I am planning on doing a full sleeve on this side of comic book villains.
Oh.
Nice.
So I'm probably going to have Black Manta on there anyways. So
yeah.
Let's move on to the next story here.
But first, make sure that you don't get it anywhere around your nipples, because remember, they're sensitive.
Nipples are sensitive.
From practical to digital, it's all magic. Disney Plus has released a trailer for the second season of Lucasfilm's Light and Magic. Lucasfilm's Light and Magic, which initially debuted as Star Wars Celebration in Tokyo. Lucasfilm's Light and Magic Season 2 is a 3-part series produced by Imagine Documentaries that follows Lucasfilm's visual effects company, Industrial Light and Magic, as it enters its most challenging and revolutionary period, the dawn of digital. From creating the first fully realized CG character to solving the challenge of digital water, it is an era that finds ILM scaling new heights of innovation despite dramatic setbacks. Light and Magic is now streaming exclusively on Disney Plus, with all 3 parts available to watch.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
If you guys didn't watch the first season, which I didn't realize they were going to do a season of, I thought it was just one and done. Season 1 was fucking great. And it just kind of gives you insight into the beginnings of ILM to what they became when they went into the digital age and everything like that. It's such a good series. If you guys have not had a chance to check out the show in general, go watch it. It's great.
Yeah, and
I haven't seen it.
It's worth a watch. And this was probably the best panel at Star Wars Celebration, frankly. Like the other ones were really popping, like, oh man, we're gonna learn about Starfighter and stuff like that. But this one, them actually breaking it down in the panel itself was very, very interesting. It was brutal because we had to wake up at I think it was started at 1 a.m. or something. It was really hard for us to watch it, but it was worth staying up because they did a great job kind of showing what they had.
I love this stuff. I used to watch all of the behind the scenes and all the documentaries that they did or had with the Star Wars movies when they came out. The I don't know, whatever edition that came out, and when he remastered everything. And so I love this stuff. I don't know why I love it, but I love it. It's just amazing. So I do have to watch it because I think it's cool to know not only what they did on screen, but like how they got to where they got, because they were creating it from whole cloth. I mean, nobody had done it before. So seeing that, it's like being an archaeologist and finding that first like bone, or finding that city, or that, or what was in the, what are they called? Pyramids. What was in the pyramids? I cannot believe I like totally blanked out on pyramids. Who blanks out on frickin' pyramids? But yeah, so I think it's amazing. So I will be watching this and probably eating gummy worms when I'm watching it, but I will be watching.
But I mean, like, it's just like looking into the things that they've done. So like the first digital character that they created was in the Abyss, right? And it was amazing. And then kind of going through everything that they've done between Pixar and ILM, the strides that they've made in digital creation is ridiculous. Like, I don't know if you guys saw the first run for Finding Nemo.
Oh yeah.
And how, like, oh my God, dude, you have to look it up. It's the first digital run for Finding Nemo. Everything was photorealistic, and you could not tell the difference between the real and the recreation. Right?
Yeah, it was like so like real. And they were like, okay, you have to dial it back.
Yeah, Lasseter was like, you need to dial it back because it's gonna feel like it's gonna feel weird. Like,
it's gonna be uncanny valley all over the place.
Yeah, they were like, literally the characters are gonna talk, and it's gonna be like a real fish talking to you. And he was like, they need to be more cartoony. You need to make the environment more cartoonish.
I gotta check that out. That's wild.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Lasseter had to tell them to scale it back because it looked too real.
It's good problem.
And that's so funny because now it's like totally the opposite. It's like, no, you just gotta look as real as possible.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as you're not doing what Lucas did in the prequel films where everything just looks fake.
Right? No, everything's supposed to be shiny on Star Wars, right? Even the sandy parts are shiny.
I think that's what we loved about Star Wars, was that it wasn't shiny and fucking brand new, and everything looked dirty and used, and it was a lived-in world.
I don't know. I came in at the prequels, and to me, Naboo being shiny and gold, man, was dope. The Naboo starfighter to me is still my favorite starfighter of all of them, and looks so incredible.
Din Djarin's Naboo starfighter, his N1 starfighter, is so cool.
I know.
Oh my God. And General Grievous's ship, like that thing too, was also like, oh, okay, just make hot rods in space. I'm cool with that. That's fine. Yeah. It was sick.
Literally, the N1 starfighter is literally that. It's a fucking souped up fucking rice rocket of a spaceship.
Yep. Yeah. It's incredible. Oh man.
Anyways,
really good ships.
Oh yeah. I mean,
on to Ahsoka season 2 news.
Oh yes, actually that is very good right there.
She had that ship that they had when they were going to, I want to say Pergola and Perdita, but it's not either one of those.
Isn't that 101 Dalmatian?
That's the mom in 101 Dalmatians. Yes, you are correct.
So isn't that a Dalmatian? Okay. Not crazy.
So during the exciting Ahsoka panel at Star Wars Celebration, Dave Filoni, Trapper Wolf himself, confirmed that Game of Thrones fan favorite actor Rory McCann is officially stepping into the role of Balin Skull for season 2. Now, I don't know, like, I was really concerned about this because I loved Ray Stevens.
Yeah.
I loved him before he played Balin, and that being his last role, I think was perfect for who he was as an actor. So, but anyway, the late Ray Stevenson, who brought Skull to life in season 1, passed away in 2023, and Filoni addressed the emotional weight of continuing the character's arc without him. That character will be played by Rory McCann, best known as the Hound for Game of Thrones. So, I mean, I think that's great. I think he'll do a great job. He's got a very similar vibe to Ray Stevenson, and I think that he'll do, like, he can say so much without saying anything at all, and that is really an important part of the character. And also he can fill the room with his energy and his presence like Ray Stevenson did. So I think it's great, and it didn't even occur to me to have him play him. So just like out of the blue. So yay.
Yeah, and I know Rory McCann he was best friends with I mean, he considered himself like a really close friend to Ray Stevenson. So I mean, like,
yeah,
I know that he's gonna want to do justice to the character. I know that he is also a big Star Wars fan, the way that Ray Stevenson was a big fan of Star Wars. So I mean, like, I know he's gonna do justice to the character. I would absolutely love to see his take on the character while still respecting Ray Stevenson's take. Ray Stevenson, the way he played that character was just it is very much an homage to Star Wars. Like, you can just kind of see his love for the property in the way that he played that character. He played that character so on the nose and so serious and so nuanced at the same time. It's so good, and I'm hoping that Rory McCann will do the same thing with the character.
And the way that he played Balin was very like, I could see that Balin Skull being a peer of Alec Guinness's Obi-Wan.
Yes, 100% agree with that.
They both had that like silent, like almost like they were concrete. Like it was just like they were there, and like if they walked into the room, everybody backed away, even without them saying anything. And I think that's great, and it is a part of Jedi's that they were trying to get away from for a while, and I think it also has such a good place in the universe that, you know, I'm happy to see what he does with it,
right,
and how he expands it. So.
And then Rory being the Hound, I think if we look at the Hound's relationship with Arya, it's going to be very similar to what we see happening in the Ahsoka series. So visual storytelling wise, I think people are going to automatically associate him to that kind of like older samurai taking on the young wolf kind of thing. Right. And so I think it's going to blend in pretty seamlessly, really.
And then when Avalok gets there and totally, you know, F's some shit up, then it's going to be amazing. Because
Mother. Any other comments on this news before we move on to the next story here?
Well, I kind of wanted to know about the blue guy. What's his name again?
Thrawn.
I see where she's doing. She's teaming.
Okay.
Transition. It's great.
Okay. I thought for sure you didn't know who Thrawn was, and I was about to be like pushing up nerd glasses, like, oh my god, hold me back. Okay.
Well, actually. It's not the name of a show that we do on this channel. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to do a correction because I know this is what they have on the story that we pulled this from. But Filoni continues his greatest hits playlist. So at the Ahsoka panel at Star Wars Celebration, Filoni dropped the news that, written in the story here, General Akbar is returning in Ahsoka Season 2. Are we talking about Akbar's son, or is this supposed to be Admiral Akbar?
Both are going to be in it.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to figure out, because I was like, okay, so Admiral Akbar is Admiral Akbar, and I didn't know what his son's title was. I know his son was in it, but I didn't know what his rank was.
Yeah, I don't know what his rank is, but I know that they're both in it, and they both, like, one's blue, one's red, basically. But I think what it is going to be like Thrawn and the Admiral are really like the upper echelons of command, and then we're going to see his son kind of like duking it out with, I don't know, somebody that we're going to get used to on the Ahsoka side, probably.
Yeah. So like Ezra. Looking on here, it says, on it with Ezra, but not only returning, but Filoni teased at the event, he's going to go head to head with Thrawn. So given that that's what is going on, he's going head to head with Thrawn. We're talking Admiral Akbar, not General Akbar, which I don't think he's the rank of general. He'd be the equivalent of his father with not as much as experience, but
I mean, they live on a water planet, guys.
Yeah, Admiral Akbar is the equivalent of a 5-star admiral in within the Star Wars universe. That dude has been through everything and is a tactical genius. Now, as in comparison to Grand Admiral Thrawn, don't know where he measures up with Thrawn, because Thrawn is the threat. That guy's a problem. But one of Star Wars' most beloved tacticians is about to square off with the Empire's most dangerous strategist. And I 100% agree with that sentiment. Admiral Akbar, as much as we all know, there's a trap. That's what everybody knows about Admiral Akbar. He is the best tactician within Star Wars. If you look at any of the books, anything that he's in there, the dude can outthink everybody ahead of him, which makes it kind of problematic when you have him going up against Admiral Thrawn, because Grand Admiral Thrawn is literally 10 steps ahead of everybody else he goes up against. So that scares me. Like when I say scares me is it's going to be interesting to see if Thrawn makes his way in front of Admiral Akbar and outplays Admiral Akbar, because then that also shows just how big of a threat Grand Admiral Thrawn is. Because in the first season of Ahsoka, we don't really get much of that. We get a lot of that in Rebels. Like we see the type of tactical threat that Grand Admiral Thrawn is. If you know the books, you know how much of a threat Thrawn is, right? But and especially if you know the first set of books that Zahn did back in the 80s, like Thrawn is a massive problem. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see how they play Admiral Akbar versus Grand Admiral Thrawn, and I'm very interested in it.
Well, I mean, Akbar's not in the newer movies, so I think this is the perfect opportunity to have him go out with his head held high in a way to fall to somebody bigger like this. I think is a good way to kind of like show Thrawn at that new level, but also give Akbar like some grandstand finale. I think that's going to be a good way to go, because there's so many great characters from the original trilogies that you need to finish telling the story if you're going to try to put more after that and more of the sequel trilogy stuff coming up.
Right. And I mean, Andor can't do everything. So yeah, definitely.
I don't know. He could do quite a bit. That show's perfect.
No, I'm just saying, like, he can't like do justice to all of the like they're doing such good justice to Mon Mothma. And
seriously, yeah, she's so good.
So I think I think having Akbar in season 2 and going up against Thrawn, I think that's going to be amazing. Whether he survives it or not, and me, I'm thinking fish heads. But yeah, so I definitely think it will be an interesting strategic battle between them, and that could be like a little bit more depth that I think Ahsoka season 2 would benefit from. So
yeah, I need if we're gonna lose Admiral Akbar, I need a Admiral Holdo level fucking just like way on the way out, because as much as everybody hates Holdo, she went out like a fucking G.
Yeah, she did.
She really did.
And she did it with like an amazing hairstyle.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. And
you have to do that. I'm sorry, but if you're gonna like go to your death, your hair should be on point.
What's crazy is that a lot of people really don't realize that before Holdo did the maneuver that she did, where she fucking light speeds into a fucking Super Star Destroyer, she had just killed a bunch of fucking raptors at the same time.
Yeah.
Facts.
Let's just throw everything Laura Dern's ever done into one fucking movie. It's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's unless we have any more comments, let's go ahead and move on to the next story here.
Speaking of Jurassic Park returning, Hayden Christensen confirmed at Celebration that he's coming back as Anakin Skywalker in Ahsoka season 2, and no one was surprised.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's now being so fully embraced. Yeah, it's happening.
Yeah, I mean, we need more Anakin.
Yeah, absolutely. But in the panel, he kept things close to the chest, but he did say, there's not much that I can share, but Anakin will be back for season 2. So will we see... So we will see if we get a flashback at Anakin or Force Ghost Anakin, which we did have at the very end. So I think we're going to get a combo of both.
Yeah.
Yeah, could totally be both.
Because I think Ariana Greenblatt's coming back, and I think she's going to be Ahsoka again.
Yeah, her as young Ahsoka is fucking great, but not only that, just Ariana Greenblatt, everything she does is fucking great. Like I think she has played so many young versions of characters that we all love, and just fucking killed it every time.
She's got a career at Comic-Cons for the rest of her life, man.
Oh, absolutely.
And she was in Barbie.
And she was in, that's right, she was in Barbie. But Hayden Christensen getting the love that he's getting in 2 Star Wars shows since coming back, and totally redeemed himself as Anakin Skywalker.
Well, they gave him more to do. He wasn't just like the emo kid.
I mean, I've always said it wasn't 100% his fault that he was that bad in the prequels, and that a lot of that had to do with, when you're in front of a green screen for almost 99% of your acting, and you have nothing.
And the person that hired you isn't really good at directing newer actors, and so you kind of have to do it yourself. And some actors aren't very good at that, and they have to really like lean into stuff. And
it was also his first like major property, so I'm just kind of like, he didn't really kind of know where to go. The acting wasn't the greatest, but then you take him back, you give him his entire career in between Star Wars properties, and he comes back in Obi-Wan and fucking kills it, and then comes back Ahsoka and is a massive fucking beast. I need more Hayden Christensen with a lightsaber just fucking whacking everybody. That's all I need.
Okay. One of the things I thought was really neat is the fact that Dave Filoni in a panel made sure to mention that they're done with Anakin's story. And so everything going forward, it's Ahsoka's story. So while I want more Hayden Christensen, we're not going to get him telling his own story. It's going to be in service of Ahsoka. And I think that's important.
Right.
Because then you can't mess him up. That's nice.
Yeah, like we kind of already know Anakin's story, like in all the things.
Yeah.
What if anything, it's like the only things we haven't gotten are specific battles that they've mentioned that we haven't seen. So it's like seeing Anakin and Ahsoka and young Ahsoka fighting a bunch of droids or fighting different characters, and it's just kind of like the idea is to show the bond between Ahsoka and Anakin and grow that bond and between master and apprentice, and kind of him coming back as a Force ghost and communing with her the way that Obi-Wan communes with Qui-Gon. Like that's that's the role that I think Anakin should have, that he's a supporting character, not a main character.
I'm looking through the notes. I don't think you mentioned it later on, but they're also going to be focusing a lot on the Mortis gods. Mortis, I think is the right name for it.
Yeah.
Jen called that from the beginning.
Yeah. And so I think that's definitely where you're bringing old Anakin there too. There's something there.
Well, and then we can also get Ewan back too, because if they do a flashback of them going to the space between worlds or whatever, that the planet that they went on, they could bring him back in that as well. So I mean, there's a lot of things that they can play with and things that were done in animation. That I have to say this, if Filoni said, we're going to do shot for shot the Clone Wars TV series and then the Rebels TV series, I would watch every fucking second.
Yeah, I'd be in on that shit.
Oh my God. I would demand a spot on the cast. That would be insane. Yes.
No,
please let me be the bartender at the clone bar.
I want to be a loaf cat.
They're bringing in Loth kittens. Did you see that? Oh my God.
Yes.
So cute.
I mean, come on. Get a plushie now.
So I just want all the prosthetics so that I can say, we don't serve your kind here. Droids.
We all have our goals.
I just want to wear prosthetics in Star Wars. That's all. Like,
I mean, hey.
give me a supremely racist character. That's fine. I'm not a racist person myself, but I just want to be a character.
Frank, clip that. Put that up there. Frank, clip that.
Put that on the internet. That'll redeem me in the eyes of all the assholes that hated the Aquaman comic.
We'll get the other side.
So let's continue on here, guys. Last bit of Ahsoka celebration news, because we did have a lot and we've been going over everything. Dave Filoni did not disappoint. He's promising fans something we've all been starving for: an actual all-out Star Wars war. That's right. I'll just say what it is, because they came all this way, and I know they really want to talk about which is what's in season 2. Fucking Dave. So half of it is really, really big, is a really, really big battle. There's going to be a war in our Star Wars, like an all-out throw down on the scale, as best as I can do it, as best as John and I can afford it, because we want that. He went on to say, and Thrawn will be involved, hence Admiral Akbar being involved in all this shit. We will see a lot more of him. You'll see a lot more of Ezra. You'll see a lot more of Hera. It's going back into it. And she'll be much more directly part of the action, because you guys made such a big deal about it. Oh, I love that he listens to everybody. I put a lot more Chopper in it. And then because you guys asked for it, and because John's been playing with them so much, I want my toy back. We put Zeb in Ahsoka.
Yes.
Full Rebels crew, man. The Ghost is full.
Right. Ahsoka season 2 drops in 2026. And it's because we know that
Phoenix Squad is back.
Well, it's because we know that they officially said that Zeb is going to be a main character in Mandalorian and Grogu.
Yeah.
So I know that, he was probably like exactly what he said. He said, "No, I put my toys back. I want my toys back." He's like, okay, since everybody complained, Zeb's going to be in Ahsoka season 2.
How cool is it that Dave Filoni low-key backdoored a Rebels live-action series?
I love it.
He kind of did. And it's great because, this was like everybody who's a Star Wars fan wanted to see the Rebels characters in live action.
Yeah.
But they casted them so perfectly, that it was so much more than what we thought we were going to get.
Absolutely. No, I'm so happy.
I'm going to call my shot right now. By the way, real quick.
Oh, go ahead.
Before you get in, because I think I heard the name coming out of your mouth. I think we're going to get Freddie Prinze Jr. in this, because he got a little picture in the first one, and we got that World Between Worlds. I bet we get Freddie Prinze Jr. making a little cameo in this thing to talk to Ezra. I think that's going to happen.
Man, fun fact, we and I actually did get a reply on this. I had earlier on in the show, we had invited Freddie Prinze on the show. And our plan, James and I, we actually want to talk wrestling with him, because he used to be a creative at WWE. He's got his own promotion. He's like deep into wrestling. And I kind of want to talk about like rom-coms in the 90s and stuff too. But he turned us down, specifically because he looked at our profile and was like, "Oh, you guys talk about Star Wars. I don't want to talk about Star Wars, so I'm going to decline." And immediately when he sent me, "Oh, you guys talk about Star Wars, I'm going to pass," I was like, "I want to talk about wrestling." No. I got so upset.
He was so upset.
I was just like, I wanted to talk about wrestling. I wasn't planning on talking about Star Wars. And I was like, to be fair, on the other side of that, we're not among those toxic fans that are like, "Oh, we don't like your character." We are on the side that advocates that you have one of the best characters in Star Wars. So
yes.
Oh man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Most impactful death. Holy cow.
Well, mostly because
I was gonna say Cad Bane.
Cad Bane's awesome, and his live action was fucking badass too. But no, I'm a massive fan of Rom Coda, right? So I always loved General Rom Coda. And when they wrote Rom Coda out of Star Wars, period, so he's no longer a character in Star Wars, it kind of upset me, because I was like, Rom Coda is such a badass character. He was blinded by a lightsaber in battle, and he uses the rest of his senses to be a fucking tactical master. And they kind of, when they got rid of Rom Coda, they wrote that character, that entire story, into Freddie Prinze Jr.'s character, and just it made me love that character more, because they expanded on a character I thought they had gotten rid of.
Yeah. They did a wonderful job.
I just feel like Dave Filoni was the right guy.
Yeah.
Because it's like he knew, just instinctively knew what were the best characters and how to like bring them into Star Wars in a way that wouldn't, piss off George Lucas. And so,
but George Lucas had his hand in creating both Rom Coda and Galen Merrick. And I met George Lucas at the premiere for that game, for Force Unleashed. And he talked about like he helped write both Rom Coda and Galen Merrick. And I'm like, fucking Galen Merrick's such a badass character. Like,
Yeah.
I understand why you can't bring Galen Merrick back because he's way too OP of a character to fit in this world now. But like, yeah, man.
Well, and I don't know. I loved Rebels so much, and I didn't think I would. So I'm all for bringing Rebels into live action. And again, if you want to do a live action Rebels, like storyboard by storyboard from what you did in animated, I am your girl. Just let me know, and I will be there for whatever you need, and I will watch every second of it, and I will sell my soul to help promote it. So
I just want to see Ezra with his blaster lightsaber.
I know, right? There's just so many cool things that happened in that series, and we got Bendu, and like, I mean, they just opened up so many new things into the universe, and that's why we have what we have now. So it's just amazing. But we have to go on. We have to move on.
Yeah. Let's continue on here, guys, because we're already running over, and I was already late. So let's not destroy everybody's lives.
Exactly. Disney Plus is eyeing more Visions. And like, Vision Quest and blah, 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 but that's not Star Wars. During Star Wars Celebration, Lucasfilm revealed details on Star Wars Visions Volume 3 and the 9 animated shorts that it will entail. With Volume 3, the animated anthology returns to where it all began, with 9 shorts from 9 different anime studios to further demonstrate the diversity and creativity of Japanese animation. Black is David production, directed by Shina Okira, and it's a psychedelic, I was going to say psychological, psychedelic battle between past and present, light and dark, and life and death, and plays out like a haunted psyche of an Imperial trooper who is on the cusp of defeat. The duel Payback, which, remember the duel from season 1?
Yes, my all-time favorite character from this series.
Yeah, this is the Payback. So it's Kamikaze Duga plus
Anima.
Directed by Takanobu Mizuno, with the help of some unexpected allies. Wow, hold on, I totally lost it. The Ronin faces off against his greatest foe, a twisted Jedi known as the Grand Master, who is bent on revenge. Well, he wouldn't be a Jedi if he's bent on revenge, because revenge is the way to the dark side. The Lost Ones, Kanema Citrus, directed by Hitoshi Haga. Refugees escape a natural disaster. An incognito F is forced to confront the ghost of her past. So, and the ship's intercepted by the Empire. The Yuko's Treasure is also Kinema Citrus. It's directed by Masaki Takebana. A sheltered orphan teams with a street rat kid to rescue his droid caregiver. And they find a lost treasure along the way. I think it's a lightsaber. The Bird of Paradise, and that is Polygon Pictures, directed by Tadahiro Yoshihira. After she is blinded in battle, a hot-headed Jedi Padawan must undergo a series of spiritual trials in order to overcome the temptation of the dark side. The Ninth Jedi, Child of Hope. That one seems like kind of, I think you would get that one. It's about Jedi. The Song of Four Wings. The Smuggler. The Bounty Hunter. There's like so many different types of it. I love that they don't say, okay, you have to, it's just this. Like with Tales of, like it's like the light side, then it's the dark side. And I think we're getting a third one of those as well. And it's just going to be like regular people or something in the
Tales of the Underground. So they're doing they're doing like the underworld and everything like that. And I know that the writer of that show was also the guy who wrote 1313, which is the game that was supposed to be.
Oh, okay. All right. So so I know, like, I love that in these different, they're still innovating is what I'm trying to say. They're still innovating, and they're doing things in a way to highlight something, basically, and husband hates this word, fusion. They're fusioning it. He doesn't do fusion food. And so, but to take something so beloved and put another beloved thing and like just mash them together. And I just love that. I think it's so great and it's so innovative, and it should have been done a long time ago. And I'm so glad that Disney Plus is throwing money at it, even though I really don't like Bob Iger. I am really happy about this. So
Yeah.
yay.
It seems like, you know, the first season they went all anime. Second season they went for every studio they could around the world. And it looks like they're going back to anime with season 3. And I think it's just because it was a lot more, the show was a lot more popular when they did the anime version. So
yeah.
Also,
I loved season 2, but if you were on like some maybe illegal, depending on what part of the country you live in, drugs, like maybe some psychedelics, it was a lot more fun than if you weren't on them.
Especially Wallace and Gromit in space.
Right? That was hilarious.
It was.
But yeah, okay, so the season 3 premieres October 29th on Disney Plus. So it's actually going to premiere this year. And I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'm just excited again. I know I share this with a lot of people, a lot of people who are probably watching and are going to be listening later. I was a massive fan of the Ronin. I just love that character. Just because it was very unexpected for that red lightsaber to come out of that sheath.
Yeah.
Just because he seemed like such a good dude, and then it just turns out that he's a Sith. Like, whoa, that dude is dope. You know, and it's kind of like, you know, and again, like, you know, naming him the Ronin, you know, and him fighting other Sith. I think it was just more so that, you know, he fell off of the order and was just like, he's more gray Jediing it, but because, you know, he had a red lightsaber, he stuck with the red lightsaber. It's interesting to see. You see a lot of Jedi that fall and then become gray Jedi. You don't see the opposite, where you see someone who went to the dark side and then goes the gray path.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you kind of have that with Maul, where he's like so dark that he can't play within the Sith rules, and he's like Crimson Dawn, you know.
Yeah.
And so, you know, try to. So it could be something like that too. Sometimes where they're like, the Sith, they play by rules, and ultimate freedom, which is what the Sith are all about, isn't by rules. So yeah.
Chaos, yes, Queen.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Let's move on to the next story.
I did forget to talk about that the series will continue with the creation of all new banner under this all new banner, Star Wars Visions Presents, which will be used to tell longer form Star Wars Vision stories. So, and that does actually lead into the next story. So.
Okay. This just gives me hope that eventually we're gonna get a whole fucking show about the Ronin.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only help.
All right.
Oh, is that me?
Yeah, it's you.
Okay. I thought it was you. I was like waiting for you. You're waiting for me. La, 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 la. And the first of the Star Wars Vision Presents, originally released in 2021 as part of Star Wars Visions, The Ninth Jedi stood out as its unique concept and visual flair. The short followed La Cara, the daughter of a legendary lightsaber smith, as she was swept into a mission to deliver lightsabers to lost Jedi while being hunted by dark forces. Coming back for Star Wars Vision Season 3, Episode 9th Jedi Child of Hope, and Cara's journey will also continue to unfold in a new spin-off series called Star Wars Vision Presents the Ninth Jedi. And that's actually going to premiere in 2026 on Disney Plus. So that'll be next year. So that'll be a good follow-up to Star Wars Visions.
Yeah. It's and again, it's fun to see that they're going that route. Again, I'm just hoping we get a whole Ronin story. I want a story on his backstory, like just kind of like how he got where he's at.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. That is not my dog. I just want to say.
No, it's mine. I'm sorry. I'm muting.
Okay, I'm like, that's not mine. It's usually my dog. But yeah, no, I was like, yeah, I liked the Ronin one. I think that from the first season, I think that was the one that stood out to us as well. So I'd love to see something like that. But then I think, could we just read Lone Wolf and Cub?
I guess. I mean, yeah,
that's 10.
And that might be the reason I like him so much. I'm a massive Kurosawa fan, so I mean, like, it's very Kurosawa. Yeah, and you can tell just like looking, just like watching that episode, it is very Kurosawa inspired. So it's like, I mean, Star Wars in general is Kurosawa inspired. So I mean, that just
definitely.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a Mandalorian has kind of been that too.
God, Mandalorian is nothing but Lone Wolf and Cub.
It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is that, or at least the first season was. It just gives off nothing but Lone Wolf and Cub vibes.
Okay, so you're up.
I am up. I was very excited about this story. Been excited about the story. Now we shall reveal ourselves to the Jedi. That's terrible, fucking Darth Maul. Sam Witwer, the longtime voice of Darth Maul, also the voice of Galen Merrick, who I was just fucking fellatiating a second ago, just revealed when the recently announced animated series Star Wars Maul Shadow Lord takes place in the ever-expanding Star Wars timeline, and it sounds like we're heading into some seriously bleak territory. Witwer confirmed that the animated series picks up 1 year after the events of the Clone Wars. That means it's set during the murky aftermath of Order 66 as the Empire tightens its grip and the galaxy spirals into fear and confusion. So, we have an opsis here.
Formerly Darth Opsis, now just Maul Synopsis.
Jesus. Formerly Darth Opsis, now just Maul Synopsis. Synopsis.
Do you think he says that now? Like, he's like, oh, yeah, I'm not a Darth anymore. Just call me Maul.
I'm just Maul.
They do call him a lot. In Rebels, they call him Maul, I think. I don't think they use Darth at all.
Yeah, because he had like renounced himself from
I know, but it's such a good title. Sounds sexy. You already got it on the license. I mean, why change it? I think that's stick with it. Really.
He stopped going by Darth when he got cut in half and Palpatine told him to fuck off. So it was like.
So are you saying only the lower half of the body is considered Darth?
Yes.
It's still sitting at the bottom too. The robotic side at the
right, because he got like robot spider legs that like took over for him. So
yeah.
They gave off the Darth side, and the Maul side was like, nah, I'm still around. After the Clone Wars, Maul plots to rebuild his criminal syndicate on a planet untouched by the Empire. In a new series set after the events of the final season of the Clone Wars, Maul rises again to lead the underworld factions. Star Wars Maul Shadow Lord at last will reveal itself to Disney Plus in 2026.
So, according to some of the leaked little bit of footage, mostly images, it's going to be following in the vein of Bad Batch, animation-wise, and where you could kind of see the strokes in it. They said that it's like Bad Batch, but even more Japanese-inspired. So, from what I've heard so far, people who are there,
I felt like Bad Batch was a little bit more like Korean or Okinawan, not as Japanese.
I'd love to see any of that, just because Maul kind of treats himself as. I mean, I guess I would compare him more to Shinobi than I would like a samurai, but I mean, like, there are like major samurai vibes coming off of him the way he is, more Ronin vibes than anything. If you kind of know, like, like he's got very Ronin vibes, but just his look is more Shinobi inspired.
It is very much Shinobi inspired, I would say. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, and even if you look at Western culture, I think takes a lot from the Black Knight, like from medieval, stories. I think he's definitely the Black Knight. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's gonna be good.
Oh my gosh, that's great. That's a great observation. Great. No, I really appreciate it because I love Black Knight and all that stuff, and the Green Knight.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, I get that vibe from him, and I'm glad that he's gonna be able to get even more life brought into him. He was cut literally too short after Phantom Menace, and the fact that we got that entire storyline on Mandalore and then this, and it's beautiful. It is but a flesh wound.
But it's nothing but a flesh wound. It's but a flesh wound.
I just like the rabbits.
Have at thee. The killer rabbits of Kanabadong.
Yes.
Just know that you need a holy hand grenade in order to fight the holy hand grenade of Antioch.
Terrified of them, All right.
The counting shall be 3, but no more than 3.
So
If it is 5, it is too much.
Let's instead of going medieval, let's go
On that
back
ass.
to a galaxy far, far away.
Oh yeah.
Because Disney Plus wants more Star Wars. Did I say Star Wars? I did. Star Wars. Oh my gosh, my 5-year-old self is coming back out. Lucasfilm is developing another Star Wars series for Lucasfilm Plus, for Disney Plus, with longtime TV veteran Carlton Cuse and his son Nick Cuse having officially signed on to write the project. Carlton Cuse is no stranger to genre storytelling. He was the showrunner on the classic sci-fi series Lost.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's a bad sign.
Yeah. Which he ran alongside Damon Lindelof. Okay. He also.
So who do we blame for the ending of Lost? Is it Damon Lindelof or Carlton Cuse?
I always blame Damon.
We all blame Damon Lindelof.
I do.
Hey, he redeemed himself. He's made some good shit since then. So
he has, and so I it was like forgiving Jason Sudeikis for punching Baby Yoda. He also co-created Jack Ryan.
okay, this is where we forgive him. This is where we forgive Carlton Cuse, is because Jack Ryan is fucking amazing.
I loved that, and they're doing a film.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
All right, Nick Cuse, on the other hand, has been steadily building his own track record. Oh, I didn't know he was a bookie. He's written for high concept series like The Leftovers, Maniac, Watchmen, Calls, and Station 11. Well, of course, Nick did that because didn't Carlton was it Damon that was the Watchmen?
Watchmen was Damon Lindelof.
Okay.
He also did The Leftovers.
Yeah.
Damon Lindelof is also The Leftovers.
Well, apparently Damon likes Nick, or there's something that Nick's got on him because of Carlton, and that's why he keeps, employing him.
Right.
No plot details have been revealed yet, and Lucasfilm is keeping the project tightly under wraps for now, as long as they're not stuck on a deserted planet and there are polar bears. I think we'll be okay.
Oh, man, just the amount of shade we can throw at this right now.
I know. I am not going to give an ounce of hype to this. I will wait till I can see something tangible before I care about any show.
Like the guys that created Game of Thrones? It's like giving them a second chance on the Star Wars thing. I kind of feel like
they did, and then they fired them.
Yes, that's why I'm like, is it because you guys feel guilty about firing those guys? Because you really shouldn't feel any guilt about that at all.
It's not their fault that they didn't realize those dudes didn't know what they were doing. They were just adapting a book, and there was no book to adapt after season 5.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but DB and Dan, after Game of Thrones, their next pitch to HBO, I don't know if you guys have heard this or not, and it's late enough night to now mention it. Their next pitch was a show about what if the South won the Civil War. It's like, think about that for more than 2 seconds, and that's going to be awful. Like having to film, that was the whole pitch. It was like, we're going to show
white guys.
Exactly. In modern day, and what's the cast going to look like? And how many not white people did we have on Game of Thrones? Not a lot. So it was a bad move.
Yeah.
When they pitched that, I was like, George R. R. Martin did a lot of that work.
I'm sure that part of that idea came from they were probably sitting there watching Man in the High Castle.
Yeah.
Right. And they're like, well, they did a show about what if the Nazis won World War II, right? Right. We can do a show about, what if the South won the war? Yeah, that's completely different, man.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, and the thing is that Man in the High Castle still highlights how evil those fucking organizations are. Right?
Yeah.
I think you're it sounds like what you want to do is glorify the South in the way that they won.
That's what it sounded like.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
so many political comments I could make right now, but I'm not going to do that. You know what I'd like to talk about? Ryan Gosling and
That is what we all want to talk about because everyone
I
here.
just lost. That was the best transition ever, and I'm ruining right now, but that was a great transition. That was perfect.
I'm telling you, she is the queen of transitions here. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Wait a minute. I've got something for this.
Hello there.
Obi-Wan Kenobi, more like Obi-Wan Kenough.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No.
Huh?
I'm just
Brutal,
a
man.
starfighter.
Okay. That's where we're leaving that at. All right.
There you
Sean
go.
Levy and Ryan Gosling's Star Wars film is officially moving forward, and details were revealed at Star Wars Celebration in Tokyo. Levy, who I absolutely love, the man did Free Guy and Stranger Things, and of course he was.
Wolverine.
I was gonna say behind multiple Deadpool movies at this point because he was
And the Adam
he did Deadpool
Project.
too. Oh my god, the Adam Project was so good. And Gosling, from every adorable fame, he was in
The Fall Guy.
no. Actually, I was gonna bring up. He was in The Notebook. There you go. There's
He was also young Hercules.
the only movie that matters. The Notebook.
Young Hercules.
Oh God, that's right. He was Baby Driver. There we go. Took the stage to confirm the title of the film is Star Wars Starfighter, and it's heading to theaters on May 28th, 2027. Gave
I've
themselves-
got plans that day. I hope they can change it.
They gave themselves 2 years to make sure that they can get this film done. The film is set 5 years after the events of The Rise of Skywalker, and according to Levy, it's charting a new course. Production on Star Wars Starfighter is set to take flight this fall.
It's Top Gun in space.
Okay. Yeah. Oh,
Well,
absolutely.
isn't that what Patty Jenkins' movie was supposed to be?
Yeah, but it doesn't have
So-
Patty Jenkins attached, which is the good part.
So, well, hold on.
Okay.
So Shadu and I had this conversation when I saw. So I watched the recap of their panel and when they did their live thing. And yeah, I was like, it's Starfighter, and then Shadu was like, isn't that what Patty Jenkins was gonna do? And then Husby said the same thing, and I was like, no, that was gonna be Rogue Squadron. And then I was like, wait a minute. Maybe it is. So
She's basing it off of Rogue Squadron, which was supposed to be. She was basing it both on the book and the game. She was mostly doing it because her dad was a fighter pilot, and she wanted to do an homage to it, which actually is fucking great because that's what Star Wars is supposed to be. It's supposed to be fucking. At least the star fights, the space battles are supposed to be dogfights from World War II.
Yeah. And so I thought that was great. Here's the thing that I'm excited about because Ryan Gosling's in it is he is such a fan of stunt work and stuntmen,
Yes.
and especially now after the Fall Guy and with that whole thing about stuntmen getting their own Oscar, which I think is long overdue. I really think that the stunt work in this is going to be amazing. We might actually get some amazing hand-to-hand stuff. We might get hand-to-hand stuff. Hand-to-hand fighting. I'm not going to say hand-to-hand stuff. That's a little weird. But hand-to-hand fighting, and I think that they're really going to have a lot of good details for the dog fights and things like that. So I really think that this pairing especially, and of course Sean does love working with Ryans.
Yeah.
So
He absolutely does.
Yeah, so I think that we are going to get a really high caliber movie out of them.
Yeah. Ryan
And
Gosling
better
doing hand
fucking
stuff
stick the
is.
landing.
Yeah, Ryan Gosling doing hand stuff is something that a lot of people want to see on OnlyFans.
Yeah, I think there are actual AI parody porn of that.
Oh my god.
Oh, my internet's going out again. Oh no, guys. Shoot, I have to
The internet is gone. It's okay. We're gonna get the other half of the internet on board.
There you go.
We're the first half hates us because of our takes on Aquaman. The second half absolutely loves us because we're advocating for Ryan Gosling's OnlyFans. So there we go.
There's another clip.
There's another clip, and if he sees it, he's going to sue us. It's going to be great. Ladies and gentlemen.
Cease and desist.
Cease and desist. Oh, man. Speaking of all the merch out there that would come from a Ryan Gosling OnlyFans, ladies and gentlemen, we got merch, people.
We got merch, people, and so can you. DM us at Distance Nerding on any of the social platforms. We'll get your size and your shirt reserved. Right now, we just have the gray one that I'm wearing right now.
That's
and
right.
I think Jeff was wearing it too.
Jeff was wearing one earlier. So we have the gray shirt. We no longer have hat. We no longer have the black shirts. We are out of everything because people at cons actually like our logo. So we just have the character shirts. We should have some more merch coming out soon, guys. We do have the drawstring bags that we just got in stock. Yes. So we do have those as well. Again, guys, if you are interested in any merch from us, let us know. DM us and we will get you hooked up.
$20 if you're local, $25 if we have to ship it to you, $35 to $60 to Florida because it's Florida.
Because it's Florida. That's right.
The Florida tax.
Because tariffs. There you go. We're Florida.
Tariffs.
Even though our stuff is made in America, we're not going to worry about that. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about our schedule. So
it's for the Penguins.
It's for the Penguins. That's right. That's right. We are taking the tariffs for the Penguins.
Yes.
All right. We are gonna tariff Florida, so then that way the Penguins don't have to pay the tariffs. There we go.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. So, guys, our schedule. Normally, the show you're watching right now is on Tuesdays. We just did a special episode today on Friday because we can do it on Tuesday. But Tuesday's show, the download, typically goes from 6:30 to 8:30, as long as I'm not late there like I am today. Thursdays, we do the download. I'm sorry, the build. I get my shows mixed up. We do the build on Thursdays. And yesterday, again, we had a amazing conversation with Chris Saloff of Homebrewed Comics, talking about his comic book Crit. If you are a fan of D&D, definitely check that out. It is a great book. And also, and home. I was going to say, I'm also going to shout out my boy Dan Price, because if you have not read, after listening to the 2 episodes we've done with him, if you have not read Bigfoot Knows Karate, you need to go read it. It is so
well drawn too. It's such a good book. Dan Price is amazing. Yeah,
man, and it's like it is such a serious book given the premise that it has.
Yeah,
but it's so good. Benny is such a well-written character. I love Benny.
My only thing is, Dan, make more of them. Son of a. I'm so tired of. Oh man, he does.
He's got a Kickstarter
takes care of it.
coming.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah,
I think Frank's already talked to him. The book, the 3rd book comes out next month, right? And I think like he's got a lot of that stuff already pre-done, but he has to like hit his goals on Kickstarter. So guys, throwing it out there again, hit those Kickstarters. Go to Homebrew Comics or it's hbhcomics.com and jump in and support Crit, support everything at Homebrew. All those books are good.
Yes, and they're gonna do like a crossover and stuff, and it's gonna be really cool. And they've got these coupons where there's like codes, and you have to get all 3 coupons, and it's amazing. And you won't be sorry. It is totally worth it, and you're funding artists and creators so that they can do what they love and they're passionate about.
Support indie comics. Also, Cassian Porter. Han Solo, if he was more of a fuck up, it's great. I love that book. So guys, check that stuff up. Check that stuff out. And of course, game streams are actually moving to tomorrow. I'm going to be moving the game streams from Monday mornings to Saturday mornings. And I will be continuing on with Assassin's Creed Shadows. So we're going to be doing that. And I will see everybody tomorrow morning for a little bit more of the game streams. And me and Jen will probably, if Jen comes on in the morning, we'll probably expand on all the stuff that we were talking about tonight. Maybe more about a little bit more about Aquaman not being a white guy and pissing off the internet. Hopefully I can piss off all of Twitch.
I always wanted to ride the seahorse.
Oh man, I'm just trying to get canceled today. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for that. So before we do our final stretch, guys, I need your pluggables. So we're gonna start here with you, Frank. Give everybody your plugs, sir. Let everybody know where they can find you and everything you got going on.
Just Google Geek Freaks. I'm there. You'll find me top of the charts. We got something coming out every single day of the week. So Google Geek Freaks, y'all. Yep.
Awesome. Jen, give us all your plugs.
Well, I have my own channel. It's called Frey Girl. It's on YouTube. We're doing a show called Classified, where we take your favorite fandoms and classify them into D&D classes. Right now, Percy Jackson season 1 is up, and I think it's our best one. I really do think it's our best one to date. We also have a sister show called Journal of the Classes, and then we've also got Journal of the Ancestors that we're getting ready to do. And then I'm on Distance Nerding. I'm on Kyber Cave. I'm just kind of everywhere. And you can find me on all the socials at Frey Comics. And yeah, that's me. Mwah.
Awesome. Well, of course, ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to support the show, best way to do that is to head over to distancenerding.com, go up to that big blue button that says buy us a taco. And that's right, ladies and gentlemen, you can buy us a taco. That's right. Join the taco party. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Join the taco party. It is the best way to support the show. It makes it so that we can do more live events and we can get better prizes. I haven't given a prize away in a while. Well, you know, I haven't been really pushing it, and I probably should. Ladies and gentlemen, when we hit 400 subscribers on YouTube, I'm going to give away a Lego kit. That's just it. Just that right there. I'm probably going to give away some Funko Pops too. But we need to hit 400 subscribers before I can give that to you. Because remember, ladies and gentlemen, I am not afraid to buy your affection. And that's what I want to do, is I want to buy your love. But
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah,
that you do.
Is. That's a catchphrase I haven't used in a while. That actually was a catchphrase I used like in every episode for the longest time. I'm not afraid to buy your affection. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am here to buy your love. Sandra Betty, thank you. We are currently at 364 subscribers on YouTube. Tell your friends, parents,
tell your enemies.
Tell your enemies. All of you hate watchers out there, subscribe to us so you know when we go live, so you can talk shit to us in the chat. Let's do it. Let's do it. I am here. I really am. We are going to have a 1-star rating, and I am going to continue on with it. Let's go.
Oh, here we go. You know, you don't.
As the network guy, I'm a little concerned by that, but that's okay.
That's like,
saying this stuff.
We'll have a 1-star rating, but we'll have like fucking 1.5 million viewers, man. Fuck you all. Let's go. Controversy. Controversy. Okay, no. I'm kidding. Don't hate us.
Have something you want to discuss? Tell us what you're nerding out on and connect with us. You can connect on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. It's not X. It'll never be X. Twitch, TikTok, Threads, YouTube, Discord, Blue Sky, MySpace, Vines, GeoCity, Friendster, Second Life, AIM, Farmers Only, Christian Mingle, OnlyFans.
That's right. And the OnlyFans is only pictures of Aaron Watson's feet and mandals, the beard, John Mez's glasses sitting on a table judging you for not buying all of our merch. And of course, everything Shadu will do for money, which there's not very much he won't do for money. So pay up, ladies and gentlemen.
To the disappointment of his mother.
Yeah. And if you want to know what a 4-penny opera is,
oh my God.
Yeah, you will find out. You will. I'm bringing that back. If you want to know what a 4-penny opera is, find out by giving Shadu some money. He's not even here when I'm giving him shit. Yeah, he's not even here and I'm giving him shit. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, if you would like us to break up with your boyfriend, girlfriend, significant other, pet, schoolyard bully, annoying neighbor, or just tell us how much you enjoy us, hate us, or wish the internet would consume us completely like they've been doing all day about fucking Aquaman.
Are you saying you're fucking Aquaman now?
Okay, we can put it that way. If anything, I would be getting punched in the face by fucking Alan Richardson. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, you would like that.
I'm not normally that kind of guy, but I would let Alan Richardson punch me in the face.
And we're canceled. Okay, let's go.
It's like I would let Ryan Reynolds punch me in the face. I'm just gonna let those guys just.
It's nerding at AOL.com.
AOL.com, and we will read it on air. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it from us. This is the canceled episode. We will see everybody.
Thanks.
Later
and keep
episode.
Nerding together.
That's right. Frank's like, I hate you right now.
No, I'm happy. Yeah, I'm happy you're happy.
He's happy you're doing you.
Frank's like, thank you for making my job harder. That's all I wanted is for you.
You know what? I'm not gonna clip. That's what I know.
He's just like, I've just been sitting here just trying to figure out how do I get out of this fucking PR nightmare? What the fuck, man? It's
like I got to write an article about this episode. I don't know how.
We're not going to talk about him wanting to get canceled on the internet. All right. Well,
focus on the fray.
That's right.
There we go. Focus on the fray. There we go. That should be the saying right there. Another shirt, my idea right there. Boom.
Oh my God.
I'm telling you, I walked the Witch's Road, and all I got was this lousy T-shirt. I need that shirt.
And it's Jen's Funko Pop on the front of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That'd be good. With a witch's hat on.
Oh God. I'm not putting that on the screen because I wouldn't go that far. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is it from us. It is now time for the dance party.
It's time for Bruce to go to sleep.
That's right. Bruce, go to sleep, Bruce. It's night time. It is time to go to sleep. Go to sleep, Bruce. Love you, buddy. It is time for the dance party. Let's get this going.
That was on my wedding day.
Oh, nice. So I ain't dancing with shit.
Get Jeff.
Nope.
I forgot to tell you, Jeff needs to be on the screen.
Oh, shit. Hold on.
There you go.
It is.
Just got it. Cool. Oh, I like the colors too. That's dope.
That's the Deadpool dragon.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Sing, bang, cool.
Fucking baby!
That's creepy as hell. The kiss cam keeps coming to me. You might as well keep moving. There we go.
She's shaking the baby again.
It's not making the noise.
Ooh, that new logo does look sick. That's cool.
We'll see everybody tomorrow. Button go.